Good evening, one and all. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. It is time for us to have a look at some good old Warframe.
My spot for now.
And the moment we get started, Airsoft claiming that spot with the 101 bits in the channel there. Thank you very much for that, Airsoft. Much appreciated. Cheers indeed. So you say, Cyber's my only beloved stat stick. Hey, I mean, stat stick, you can take your pick. You can use various different weapons for stat sticking. But in terms of frames, there are a few choices. Not sure everyone quite picks that up or realizes there are indeed quite a few choices. Meriadec, thank you very much for giving a sub over to the community here and getting us kicked off towards that sub goal for the day. There we go. Thank you very much for that, Meriadec. That's gone out to Crooked Hand of Death itself. Well, that's certainly the same, isn't it? Cheers, Meriadec. Nightmares, can I use this as a stat stick? I must be missing what this is. I must be missing what this is, but welcome on in, Nightmare. Welcome, welcome. Hold up, sorry. It's, is this the right frame to be on right now? Just thinking about it. Do we want to start with Atlas? Actually, I probably should do EDA now I think about it. I should probably do that first. Then we get on. Oh, I see, Nightmare. I see, of course. Yes. Of course. I get exactly what Nightmare is on about. Is this a stat stick? That's what he's on about. Oh, this is an emote. Okay, right. Yeah, fair enough. I don't use all of these extensions for whatever they are, to be quite honest. I don't use all of those. Makes it hard to read the chat sometimes. All the same, welcome in. This is an abomination. I didn't even want any of these. I didn't want any of them. But they're there. I'm doing alright, Nightmare. Thank you very much for asking. I hope you're doing well yourself. I hope you are doing well indeed. And that goes out to everyone, in fact. That does go out to everyone. Now, I have I put in the stream title that there are 8 stat stick frames. Now, I'm sure there are going to be some people that are going to argue with me on definition of stat stick. And at that point, I refer you to how much I don't care, quite frankly. But I'm putting 8 as a number. Simply as the way that they can be roughly categorized for how those different stat sticks operate. And they all operate somewhat differently. Give us a new Vault video was pretty cool. Good job on it. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate that. I was and continue to be surprised by someone who claimed on that video, oh, you know things are slow when Kenjiner covers existing frames. It's like, how am I supposed to cover a frame that doesn't exist? It just putting it out there. Just kind of, you know, not really sure how else to approach that one. Maybe that's what I should do for April Fools. Just cover a Warframe that doesn't exist. In fact, Nightmare, would you be up for that? See how many community members we can get together. One big old release April Fools. Alright. So all 80 of you here. Lips closed. No spoiling that for next year. Oh, that would be daft. Covering D&D frame? No, I think I have a few ideas. I have a few ideas for how that could be done. Yeah, and well, it would be up Nightmare Street. I can tell you that much. It will be up Nightmare Street, but that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to spoil that. As if it does turn out to be an actual workable idea. Anyway, that aside, so what am I calling the 8 stat stick frames? No point holding out on this one. We have some of the obvious ones. We've got Atlas here. Atlas is a stat stick frame because of Landslide. We have got Ash because of Bladestorm. We saw that on stream last time. We've got Excalibur because of his Slash Dash. We've got Gara because of her Shattered Lash. We've got Korra because of her Whip Claw. So the question is then, what are the other 3 frames I might be referring to? Those are the 5 obvious ones, but what other 3 frames might I refer to for stat sticks? Plasmid is saying Gara, Korra, and Ash are the only ones you can think of. With this one on screen in front of you, that's kind of sad. Oh well. Scalibus one, I just called that one out. Am I including Vig Swap Snapshotting? Vig swap. Oh, vigorous swap, right. I'm not including that. Maybe I should, given what else I'm including. I hadn't included that, no. Guillaume, yes. Yes, it does mean that. So the other three that I have in my mind today is Baruch, simply because Baruch in particular makes great use of the Gladiator set off a stat stick because of his difficulty of establishing his own combo. So Baruch is a strong one there. And I was saying Valkyrie and Wukong. Valkyrie can build up a combo pretty fine, so I didn't feel that she needed that, and likewise Wukong can build up his combo pretty fine. It's because Baruch has the wind waves as the major part of his power is why I had him stand out. Ladybug, absolutely correct. Yes, Titania is a stat stick Warframe. Yes, she also has exalted weaponry, just like with Excalibur, but she is indeed a stat stick Warframe. Very correct. And her Razorflies benefit a lot from it. And then the last one I've got down here, this one is really stretching the definition of stat stick to the point that people might just get pissed with me, quite frankly, and that is just Inaros. And the entire and sole reason for that is because the elemental breakdown of your weapon affects the elemental procs he applies with his elemental sandstorm. And that is really it. There is nothing else that he can do of any value that I have found in that there. There is no other concern or consideration. I've been digging and found nothing. But yeah. Technically, that's a stat stick because you mod a melee weapon to affect his ability. So, stat stick. Yeah. Castellan say Titania having stat stick sounds like a weird choice for the devs. Yeah, it's Titania's exalted melee is the stat stick. Which I suppose makes sense given how everyone ignores the exalted melee on her anyway, so I suppose it needs to be good for something. And when I say it's good for something, I mean, maybe I should give you at least a very quick demo of that, you know? Maybe I should give you a very quick demo on that one. And I was saying Mesa, stat sticking a 4 with melee. Ah, yes, you were on about Amalgam Furex, right? Hezzy saying random stuff, no idea what. They might be having a stroke. Alright. Aren't you counting Celestial Twin literally uses your modded gun? I don't know if I'd really call that a stat stick, to be quite honest. It's not affecting the ability just takes the weapon. Like, that's the entire point of it. It's not some hidden, strange interaction. It's quite literally, here is you, he has your gun. And it's not any particular weapon, it's your entire arsenal he can have access to. So, I guess you could consider that, but at that point, yeah, as Nightmare points out, then we're talking duality, and it can start to get a little bit problematic. Yeah. Wukong's just an exalted you? Pretty much, yeah. The one thing I don't want to do is overbloat the details to the point that the phrase stat stick stops having any meaning. So the Baruch inclusion is because of the sheer significance of having Gladiator set on a weapon that can build it more easily than Baruch himself, because Baruch struggles to build his own combo. Because a lot of his damage is in his wind waves, which don't build combo. So that's why Baruch is so significant. Whereas when you look towards Wukong's Celestial Twin, that's just a default part of his approach. It's nothing surprising, it's no modding one thing to make another thing work. You just mod the weapon because, haha, weapon happened twice. Straight up. Does Mesa take your secondary arcane? That, I think, is a more complicated question than you realise. So I'm gonna leave that one there, because it's not a simple yes or no answer. But yeah, Mesa certainly does make for an interesting one, and I'm actually going to make a note of that one. Make sure I don't forget it, because technically yes, and she's one of very, very few, not the only one that really cares about the secondary weapon. Right, let's just grab ourselves one heavy gunner real quick. Just one basic heavy gunner, nothing too special. Actually, yeah, we'll go for two. We'll have two of them. We'll figure this out. So, We have ourselves 2 heavy gunners. Now, No, I'm being daft. I should only do 1. Oh, 2. 2. You'll see what I mean. Alright. We got 2 heavy gunners. They are not armor stripped. They are just straight up spawned as is. This is just a pretty standard looking Titania. We go into this. And we're going to let the Razorflies attack one of them. There we go for this one here. And you see, they're going to slowly work their way through it. And they're getting damage done. Kinda. Not a lot. Now, whilst they're doing that, I'm going to shoot this one over here. And you can see, as I shoot it, not terrible, I do eventually kill it. I've not tried to do that very well, but I did eventually kill it. So now let me shoot this one just a little bit. And it's dead. It's just dead. That quick. Time and time again we can demonstrate this effect. Razorflies come in. They've chosen to start on this one. Give a few procs and it's dead. This one's being attacked. Give it a few procs. And down it goes. And then this one. Give it a few procs. The Razorfly splits up so it took longer, but then down it goes. Once you hit 3 procs, they start to get a little bit crazy. Oh God. Night was saying, does crit inherit snapshot Zephyr Tornado count as stat sticking your tornadoes with specific weapons? You know what? I'm going to say Zephyr is its own thing. At that point, that's not so much stat sticking as Zephyr just breaking the game. At that point, we might as well start talking about every other weapon Warframe interaction just because they somehow are related between ability and weapon. At that point, we can consider the Sobek a stat stick for Saren's Toxic Lash. And I don't think that is really the direction to take it. I really don't think that's the direction to take it now. Nova, Vig Swap, a 2, Zata and a 4. Yeah, those are combos, they're not stat sticks. Those are combos. Stat stick, if we broaden the definition right the way out to just any weapon modding or weapon selection and any ability selection that put together has an increased effect, sure, pick everything you damn well please. At that point, that definition is so useless that we may as well have not actually came up with the definition. Up next, is Raw a stat stick? It buffs your weapons, it buffs your abilities. Yeah. It just ruins the information for people actually looking for information. So, all of this, Arcane Arachne, Holster Amp, Vigorous Swap stuff, in the bin, they do their own thing. They aren't the important bit, especially as Vigorous Swap, Holster Amp, that lot, that goes on your Warframe, it's Warframe affecting Warframe abilities, that's nothing special. That's literally what a Warframe is supposed to do, be modded for its abilities. So, no one's surprised on that one. No, the focus is, as I said, yeah, Ash, Atlas, Baruch as a bit of an edge case, really. But the last time I did a statistic video, the entire Baruch mains got together to complain in the comments that I didn't mention Baruch. If there is ever a video that could slightly mention Baruch and I don't mention him, the Baruch mains, all 6 of them, get straight into the comments like, ah, actually, Baruch is, you know, so great and has gladiators. We get it, guys. You've been talking about it for years. Shut the fuck up. Worm wants violence. Worm is that other side of me. You know, all the Warframes try and keep calm, and then there's Worm. Yeah. I mean, the 7 Baruch mains? Nah, one of them died of an aneurysm because I called Baruch boring. Sevagoth? No. No, Nightmare. No. No. No, just no. No, I'm not. No. No. Also, no. Then we got Excalibur, Gara, Inaros, Korra, and Titania. And again, Inaros is really pushing the edge of it, mostly because nothing interacts. It's just element selection. But it requires a stat stick to achieve it. So it is a stat stick. Ginger must say, well, hang on, Ken. According to the wiki, Arcane Arachne doesn't work on melee attacks. Is this true? Not sure. Try it out. See what happens. You've broken the Twitch app? Yeah, Twitch broke the Twitch app. It's not special. Titania how? Titania's razor flies are stat sticks of the water. Yup. Literally that right there. This melee weapon that no one gives a damn about. I have it modded specifically for the razor flies, which requires a modding that is actually pretty poor for the weapon itself. But there you go. Like I said, Arachne only works on guns and melee projectiles. Okay, there you are. Let's confirm that for you. So, what I want to be going through, I've gone through a lot of this off stream. There are a couple bits here that I want to go through. Most specifically, I want to go through EDA first. Let's not skip out on that. But then I want to look at the Incarnon stat sticks. That's where it gets really interesting, in my opinion. That's where you have actual genuine choices as to how you wish to express your stat stick, because of the effect the Incarnon perks have on them. Whereas pre-Incarnon, the choices are slap your mods on, maybe pick up Fraggle Prime or Venka Prime and shove off. Job done. Yeah. An ability being stat sticks off an exalted weapon so cursed? Yeah. I mean, it happens twice. Excalibur stat sticks off his melee weapon, unless you activate Exalted Blade, at which point it stat sticks off of that. And previously it didn't used to do that. So at some point DE changed that, possibly because that it just seemed so stupid. And I don't remember when they did that. I probably just glanced over the patch note and went, huh, Excalibur, who cares? But yeah, he switches his stat stick.
1 year already? How does the time fly so fast? Faster than Volt buff Titania Keck.
Faster than that, absolutely. Time really does fly. Bowser, thank you very much for the 12 months of Prime. That is a full pot right there. Cheers indeed, Bowser. Oh. Cheers indeed. Ray said, just for further information, is Venka Prime on the list as a stat stick? So Venka Prime is an interesting case. Venka Prime has a unique benefit of going up to 13 times combo, which means that stat stick buffs go from 3.75 times to 4 times, which is a very small increase. That is a 6.66 recurring % increase. It's not a lot. It's really not a lot. So, yes, you can use it. It is objectively better if the combo is your consideration. And in many ways, it is the correct one to pick. But it's not a lot. Venka only really good on Ash? Nope. No, I'll disagree on that. I will disagree on that, because Ash has 2 effects going on at once, as we discussed on stream last time. Ash has his shadow finishers as well as the actual ability finishers, and those shadow finishers really don't care for the basic stats on Venka Prime. Did I see the weird Volt Shield bug? Which one? Its shields used to apply a separate instance of electric damage. Recently started combining elements, sometimes they don't. They're not supposed to. Every test I did of them didn't combine the electric nightmare. So if you're getting any kind of combination going on, D might be interested in knowing the specific circumstances that led to that, because I did not experience that whatsoever. Which is interesting, because the game says that should actually happen. Oops, that was a weird sidestep. If you look at it in-game, the game tells us it's supposed to. We go through the tips here. What's it? Yeah, weapons with toxin, cold, or heat damage create combined elements with the electricity damage from Electric Shield. Yeah, there it is. And that's incorrect. Both Volt's passive and Volt's Electric Shield don't do that, whereas Shock Trooper Augment does do that. So it's a bit of a thing. It's a bit of a thing. So if anyone's experiencing where Electric Shield does combine your elements for some reason, then pop that along to DE. Give them the circumstances that actually created it. Maybe they can figure out what they want it to do. Nightmare saying, because we used to use Ember Volt shields to get radiation back in the days. Funnily on that, actually, Nightmare, a member of my community has It said to me, apparently if you cast Ember's Fireball through Volt Shield, it turns the Volt Shield bonus to radiation. I haven't tested it. There's Ray. I haven't tested it, but apparently that is an interaction. Ember Fireball through Volt Shield equals radiation. Which is even weirder given that Shock doesn't electrify the shield. Despite the fact that the tips say it does. There is a lot in this game that it just leaves me wondering, how are we still able to log in, quite frankly? How? Has it not broken yet? Is the game not about to collapse under its own eternalism? The ability works, the ability does not work? It's genuinely impressive at this point. Miracle it still functions? Honestly, yeah. It's a miracle it functions. It's a miracle it functions on computers at such low specs as well. Granted, you have to play potato mode, but it does. Yeah. Alright, let's see what we've got here. I have got Banshee Ember Nyx. Not my favourite picks right there.
Change of plans to know. Kill who cranked up the heat this much, and while you're at it, find Albrecht and Trotty and turn human V2.
Find Albrecht Trotty and turn human V2. Not sure I follow the end of that A gear, but all the rest I can absolutely understand. The heat needs to kind of, you know, chill the hell out. Hey gear, thank you very much for the 11-month support on the channel. Next month, it's a full pot. Cheers, my dude. Cheers indeed. Yeah, literally chill out. Yup. Warframe functions. Warframe does not function. Yup. Yup, indeed. Right, let's have a look at the rest of these. Yes, I know. I didn't mean to do that. Penta Dragoon Hema. Ew. Spirex, Maralock, and the not owned Tysis. And then Pathicist, Karudo, and the not owned Dual Ether. I don't like this. I really don't like this. And then I've got an ammo deficit, energy exhaustion, frame curse syndrome, and untreatable. Activated ability inflicts 50 damage on you, and you can't heal from health orbs. Flo, that's correct. Slash procs do deal cinematic damage, that's true. That's not someone having a joke, that's actually what it does, Flo. You know what, honestly, I don't know if I actually want to do EDA with this. What's cinematic damage? So what you consider true damage, or make it a true damage, is actually split into 3 types. There is true damage, cinematic damage, and shield drain damage, which is what they're named in the game files. And if you want to know more than that, honestly, just head over to the wiki and cry. Head over to the wiki and cry. It ain't worth it. Much like I'm looking at this, I'm going, I know I can use the Tenet Spirits here. This does not fill me with joy, to be quite honest. I've not even looked at the missions as yet. We've got Sealed Armor. Rogue Culverins deal extra damage to Overguard, so if I'm using that amount as well. Enemies only take damage if you're close to them, which is also going to exhaust your energy. Xmas units are the only ones with the amphors. Everything has overguards. Screw crowd control then. Movement speed and parkour reduction. Double demolishers. Limitless going around. And then Devil's Bargain. Which just further screws the ammo efficiency on top of this. I'll be honest with you, no, this actually just does not look fun. With this gear right here, I genuinely just don't want to do this. I'll be quite honest, I'd rather spend my 2 search pulses doing normal Netra cells than doing this. You join me? I'm not looking for a carry, I'm looking to have fun. And this does not look fun. I don't care about a single one of these weapons, and these frames are not in my top frame choices. Yes, I know what Banshee can do, I know what Ember can do, I know what Nyx can do. And then I look at all the bits and pieces, and I'm just... No. No, I just don't want to do this. Yeah, screw that. Doesn't claim a Warframe for the Foundry refresh gear list. It doesn't do a full refresh, it changes just a couple bits some places. You think you could do EDA? I haven't done it in ages. I mean, you can go ahead and do it. I'm not stopping you. You could go ahead and do EDA. But I'm looking at that and it's just... That is a role that says to me, nah, go do something else. You don't want to do it solo, it's boring? Fair enough. You want to watch me doing it? I'm sure a lot of you do, but I just don't want to go through that. That's the last thing you want from me, chat. And really, we've been down this road a million times. The last thing you want from me is a pissed off Ken. A pissed off Ken does not make for a good stream. It makes for the occasional Schadenfreude clip, but then the stream itself just sucks. That's... I've learned to acknowledge when something is just sucky, and that's sucky. I don't want that. Yep. Ozzy requesting we switch over to a bit of ambient music. We can do that. Absolutely. There we go. Switch the energy. I mean, that's content. That's content for a different kind of stream nightmare. If people want the kind of content you produce, then they can go to your streams. And if they want the kind of content I produce, they come to my stream. We provide a different content experience, which is why we exist in the same space so comfortably. It is anti-eternalism. I am not you, you are not me. And that is grand. So, on that basis, complete EDA, come around, do some lifting if that's needed. Nope, that's a carry. Not looking for just to sit there in a carry for 3 missions. That's boring as shit. It really is. So I'm going to do the full 5 Netra cells instead. Going to do those. So if you'd like to join me on the Netra cells outright, rather than suffering through EDA carry, pop on in. Idea, I want to do podcasts. You mentioned about this before now, hadn't you, Nightmare? You had mentioned about that before now. I will say at the moment, things are exceptionally busy for me outside of stream time. Hell, even in stream time. Some streams are having to sit back at the moment. But you can send me the details on Discord, and I can certainly have a look as to how that fits together. What was the previous background music playlist? Was it rock with vocals? It was, yeah. It was the rock playlist from Stream Beats. Right. Let's get ready to invite. Bring in Flo. Bring in Petra. And we got one more spot available for anyone else who wants to join on in. In terms of the Arsenal, you know what? Let's give Volt the first run. Let's give Volt the first run, seeing as I did just do the guide on him. Might as well. Go with the core build. Should be okay. Yeah, I don't see an issue with that. Weapon-wise, we're going to need some power stuff. Netras are boring. Good to know, Maury. Good to know. You know what's more boring? EDA. When I'm given absolute crap gear to work with. I would prefer to do the EDA, but when it's that low tier, that combo stuff, I'm not going to sit through 3 missions, one of which is alchemy and one of which is disruption, for that. No one benefits from it. Literally no one. As you can't hear anything? Well, I have a standard response to this one. Anytime someone wants to complain about ads, you get that. Every time. Alright, let's pop ourselves in a good old Nairu as our backup. Never hurts. Let's re-equip you. And we're good to go.
I was thinking. Maybe we
Looks like we have got our crew.
Back to what we were.
3 it is.
Netra cells. Perfect. Maybe I could live with that. Simplicity, you know?
Yeah, ads interrupt the stream. That is a fact. And the simple reality is that in order for me to continue being able to run the stream as I do, for those of you who don't subscribe to the channel or otherwise support it, you get ads. They make up a significant portion of the support on this stream, so that's how it works. Who can join me in game? Anyone. !join to know how to join me. Or just, you know, do what everyone else has done and send me a message in game, which is what !join tells you to do. Your question is lost? Let me see if I can bring that up then. We ain't got into the mission just yet. Your question, one more question. How does growing power work on Mesa? It's complicated. It's a conditional strength buff, so it doesn't give you the full power of the normal strength buff. Because D decided to make even strength complicated. I don't know why, but they did. It's a thing. Well, someone's helpfully got all of those. That means I don't have to. Fine with me.
Hit the terminal to exit into the labs.
Speed boost, roar up, shield equip. Because who doesn't love a riot shield? Probably the other people on the other side of it. You've got that one. I'm going to run down this way. Another question. Have I thought about taking a look at First Descendant? Not my cup of tea. I've had a look at the monetization coming out of First Descendant, and I've had a look at the graphics of it. The theme seeming to be just not really present, I'll be quite honest. I saw a bit of gameplay, and it was like someone using the most basic of all weapons ever, whilst dressed up as what appeared to be a Black Knight from RuneScape, but in higher definition, fighting Shouldered from Wish.com, dropping in from a floating crystal, while speaking to Anime Mag. I was like, what is this game's art direction? Black Knight from where? RuneScape. As in, I'm saying it was that all over the place trying to figure out what is this game's art direction? What is it trying to look like here? And couple that with the sheer monetization and the fact that I already have Warframe if I want to play a grind game. I don't really have time... Bollocks, just roll straight into that. I don't really have time to add another grind game. I've got no reason to play it. Like, straight up. I don't expect a game on release to be as good as Warframe, but I do expect a game on release to have learned lessons from Warframe. Good lessons. And it doesn't look like they have, so I'm not going to spend the time on them. Just not going to spend the time on them. Why did I bring the Burston? I say this every time I face against the Murmur. Why did I bring a headshot charging weapon against these guys? I do this every time. Cheers, Aussie. Is there an easy frame to get into Solar Netra cells? Yep, Lavos. I mean, there's a lot of other Warframes, but I am the Lavos champion, so I will suggest Lavos. Yeah. Double legs this way. It's just so many enemies have no heads to headshot, and the ones that do die so damn quickly. And I mean the big bouncy boy. I think we just let that spawn. Yep. Whoops. And I'm outside the zone here, god damn it. Why is the zone so far back? Oh shit, that gunpowder? Oh, this gunpowder. This one. This gunpowder, yeah. Zone is bad? Yeah, this zone is really bad. Like, this is Netracell. All the way out here is nothing. There's a whole... just gaps of nothing on both sides here. This is terrible. Necromite is thankfully right here. Yep, there it is. Someone shot it before I did. Oh, I need to turn those numbers down if I'm going to use this gun. Damage numbers scale, back down you go. There we go, I can actually see again. Well, kind of. I think that was a Bone Widow. Whoopsies. Well, not whoopsies, it's supposed to die, but... No. Savior 5 Tower Ambers on parkour speed goes hard for the consoles? Yeah, fair enough. Just makes me think of my Yeet Loki, which works too.
Gotta keep going.
Oh, a speed frame that has to wait in a zone for enemies to slowly walk to it is just pain. I know DE are changing this with an upcoming update. They said on a dev short that they'll make it where kills where you are in the zone but the target is not still counts, which would allow me to stand right here, right on this edge here, and kill the ones coming through the doorway. But currently, they wouldn't count. Let's give them some shields. At least I don't have 300% strength. Yeah, it's not 300. It's not 300. Bring Speedfer for the next one. If you feel like bringing a Speedfer, I would be absolutely down for that, yeah. A Speedfer would be great. Do I have a recent Lavos build on my YouTube? Yes, check out my Lavos guide. The most recent one, !Lavos, should link you to it. So I've got the guide that walks you through all of his abilities in general. I've got the guide that covered a few augments, including his one for Swift Bite. The guide as to why Lavos, and then the most recent guide, which is basically the completed update build guide to him, including the very latest augment. So that last one is the big one you're looking for. Lavos melee influence is nutty? Oh yeah. Oh yes. Get rid of that Void Rig. Okay, apparently I didn't slam there, but that's fine. Economics don't give extra progress? Yeah, they don't excel us towards it. Doesn't accelerate it, no. What about any shards you use in him? Well, for Lavos, I think I covered that in the guide. If not, we can bring it up in just a moment. I'd recommend when it comes to frames where I've done guides for them, check them out on YouTube first. There's a very, very good chance that not only will I answer your questions in those guides, I will also answer the questions you didn't even realize to ask. You did? Alright. Fair enough then. Could have sworn it was in the guide, but Lavos, the biggest one's a casting speed. Casting speed is very nice on Lavos, so a couple ambers into that goes a long way. Just gonna jog past everything. Vault is good for jogging. Oh, nearly fell off the edge there. Alright, off to a good start. Got ourselves an amber shard. That is honestly the nicest one to pick up. I use ambers more than any other. So that is always a very welcome pickup. Alright, Vault's had his run. Time to switch this up a little bit, give us something different. By different, I mean good old Faithful. But to enhance the Faithful, I am actually going to switch over to... It's called Zata, but it's actually Eclipse at the moment. I should probably switch that back to Raw. But it's Eclipse for now. And let's go for the most meta-defining weapon. Let's bring Torrid, and let's bring... Yeah. I mean, of course we have to, right? We have to. And yeah, there we go. Stick with later. Am I above 20% Lavos usage? 21.9, yes. 21.9% Lavos usage. Just a little bit, you know?
Go. Let's go. Perfect.
Hello, Moon. How are you doing today? Zob, it's not so much a comfort as just mutual recognition. Wait. As much as I'd love to give you the credit, I can't give you the credit on this one. What's so good about Lavos? Exclamation mark Lavos. Also, Syl, did you recently create that prediction, or did you just... was that the previous mission? Because if so, you need to close it up, dude. Looks like everyone's grabbing keys, so I'll just... yeah, no, yeah. Oh, no one want this one? Oh, okay, now you got it.
You got your glyphs. So?
Previous mission got dragged away? Alright, fair enough. Yeah, in which case it was not a Talforge. No. There we go. There are definitely a mix of winners and losers on that prediction. Now, I've not got my high range Lavos here, so my mobility is a little bit hamstrung. But only a little bit. Oh, hello. It's this room. Yeah, short range Lavos never feels quite as clean. It's the better choice for this particular mission because we don't need long range long time. We get to the mission and then it's all short range. Alright, we've got another prediction up. Will I get a Talforge on this run? Syl's feeling extra generous on the predictions today. Go for it. Actually, someone's got that one, so I should be bullet jumping this way.
That's the metro cell.
There we go. And it's opened.
Netrocell security system won't
Alright.
open with all the uglies around. Clear them out and make sure the system can see you
But
doing it.
now, I've not got any attack speed bonuses on this frame. They are. Time to know all over the place. Go for it. I'm going to do a dash because I appear to be damaging something over that way, which is probably slowing stuff down. You there. Get back here. Got him. I know it's outside of the zone, but... keep that. Thank you. How bad do I want to rate the Warframe markers? I'm sorry, I'm not processing the question there, Alta. I'm not picking up what you're putting down. Low. Low bad do you want to rate the... Well, zoom out. Yeah, I get where the markers would be, I'm just... My dude, you might want to retry your sentence. Because something happened to it. Come on! Perish! Perish, you cretinous thing! There we are. You meant low, it's 2 AM, your brain at work. Look, honestly, I don't actually know what the whole... How low do you want to rate them? Right. Basically, leading question, do I think the markers in Warframe are bad? That's what you're actually asking. And at times, yes. Yeah, it was a mess of a question, because you're trying so hard to lead it. Just ask the question. How is Torrid Red critting so consistently? There could be various bonuses and buffs going on, not sure entirely on that. But also, I think I have Arcane Avenger on this. Hell, there's shunted me. Where is that Jade? That's a shock. Where is it? There it is. Oh, was it this one? There we go. Oh, those are just rocks.
Gotta
Yeah, this room is not ideal for bringing the hammer because everything's coming in from such awkward angles. It just ain't great. Like when it does hit, it hits, but... Cal needs the help on hitting. Also... Oh... Oh, I see. Right. I broke this build for testing earlier today. The duration on it is currently shot. Shit. I will fix that for next mission. That's where all my status effects have been going. Where is the thing? Is it in here? Here it is. Got it. Yeah, that explains why my electric bonus is not lasting very long. It explains why the eclipse isn't lasting very long. I broke this for testing earlier. Enemy intensity increasing! He's fine. What was the last gun I used? It was Burst and Priming Cannon. A very, very strong gun. One of my favourites outright. Brilliant against things with easily targeted heads. Is that one in the zone or not? The line is right there. Well, it's dead anyway now. It's dead. There we go. Netrocell open. Let's go crack that one. On to the next.
Take whatever Albrecht was hiding and get back to the sanctum.
They should alert a viscile circle in the map. There is a visible circle in the map. It is not particularly visible, but it is there. If you pay attention next run, I'll show you. Assuming I remember to. But it is definitely there. Alright. Mission complete. We got ourselves a Crimson Archon Shard. That is another no on the Tower Forged. Which is fine with me. Alright, so let's make that quick fix real quick. There we go. Take that off of there, and instead it's a depol of... I don't use overextended on this, do I? No, I mean... The range is nice, but I don't think I normally use that here, do I? What do I use there? No, I think I have... On this build, I think it's actually prime continuity. As much as it doesn't match the polarity, it gives us that duration we need. That's what it is. There we go. Moon, cheers. Alright then.
What you need?
Run
The old
3.
Perfect.
Let's go. This time with rather than 40% status duration, which is just embarrassingly bad, I will now have 155%. So nearly 4 times the duration I had before on everything. Still the same range.
You or your squad need to grab all 4 of these key clips. Pick your poison, pal. I won't lie. There's no version of this that feels good.
Didn't mean to roll. That's fine. Keyboard is on his way out. It's a little oversensitive on that.
Ready? To leave the anchor hold, access that terminal.
I mean, if you don't even touch the keyboard, I don't know how you're gonna... Oh, he hacked it. Holding off on the prediction. I see. So if we get the Tau Forged, all the Tau Forged loyalists are going to be like, no! My prediction! Got it. Now you feel like you should? It's up to you, Sil. It's up to you. One of the beauties of being a moderator, you can make these choices. And if you don't, another mod will. Choices all the way down. I'm being bamboozled by that waypoint. Oh, that one's been done. That one's been done. Our location has been found. It is trying to send me... I think in this direction. Nope. Not in this direction. Up here. This way. There it is.
Many things have been taken from us. It's true. But fortune favors the bold. And there ain't none so bold as people with nothing to lose.
God, this waypoint is actually doing one, isn't it? Someone had to call out the waypoints, didn't they? Just had to make it worse. Wait, what the... Up! Bullet jump upwards and nothing happens, that's great.
Open it.
That is apparently not the way through. That is apparently the beyond the floor. Doing real great on my parkour, this one.
Wasn't the right key glyph. Try again.
There we go. I can feel the difference in that range. But it's fine.
Won't open with all the uglies around. Clear them out. And
Alright, now we wait for the uglies to get here.
see you doing it.
Man, that Nova graphic does go for a bit, doesn't it? Okay, so we're just going to wait for them at the edge of the zone. Well, I can show you the edge of the zone. There it is. That's what it looks like. That is the edge of the zone right there. That is the line. So that enemy, not eligible. Oh, something knocked him back. We're going to wait even longer. Yep. That's how it looks. Over here, you can see it just about right there. When you look at it dead on, you can see it. When you look at it side on, it vanishes. That's the zone right there. That line. That's not visible? I mean, it's visible. It's just not made to be particularly visible. It is a poor design. On that, I will agree. The circle on this side, I actually can't see it. Yep, straight up can't see it on this side. It's supposed to be right there, but that one is just missing. What would I recommend for Infested Steel Path Demolishers? Pretty much the same thing as you use for every other Demolisher, except don't use Viral. Same as before, just no Viral. Is my worm attacking? Yes. Yes, it is. Use an ice to bring the enemies into the zone. That is an option, yeah. That is an option. Yeah, I do usually take the weapon off of Worm, but I've got it on at the moment because Third Class is just nice. It is just nice. Oh, bam. Oh, yep. Worm. Down here. What's the best progenitor now? Toxin if you want to work with the combined elements it creates. Use magnetic if you don't. And use heat if you're only building heat viral on that weapon. Because it will lock you out of lots of other good options. What's my opinion for best loot frame? The loot frame that you enjoy playing. But beyond that, Core is pretty damn good. Necros is great, Core is great, Hydroid is okay, Atlas is poor at it, Evara is poor at it. Hello Marcel, I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing well yourself. Somehow that thing didn't die to the slam. It felt like I barely hit it actually. Atlas is fun? Yeah, but not as a loot frame. His loot frame capabilities are pretty poor. Like, you can work with them, but they're pretty poor. I hope you guys are actually killing them in the zone rather than standing in the zone killing them outside of it, because that would be bad. That would be bad if you are going outside of the zone and slowing this mission down. It might just be the spawn rates. Atlas does scale with strength, you're very correct. He's still not particularly great when it comes to looting. Part of the problem with him is that he is not a set and forget. You have to constantly recast a Petrify on all new enemies, whereas Core Strangle Dome is set for a long duration. And for Necros it is just a channeled health draining passive. Near enough. Slam. Oh, I think I cast the wrong... Yep, I cast the wrong one. I've got the wrong Eclipse now. I've got extra defense on Lavos. I didn't need that. Mission's done.
You're in. Grab and go. Can't wait to see what you got.
Use Core of more if due to the cage weren't whipped around at 3 billion miles an hour. It's fine if you're using Whip Claw, to be honest, or any AoE weapon.
Nothing about Albrecht?
That's kind of what it's there for.
Okay. Next time.
I get that it can be frustrating for any single target weaponry, believe me, I understand it. But that's not her design. Change cage like the different tentacles? It's an option. Up to D if they want to do that, but I get what you're saying. And we get another not Talforge shard. Yep. We are seeing the way they're going today.
Come, we have much to accomplish.
See, Queen, during that, requested a change of music. We can actually make that happen now. Let me just, there we go. I don't consider this much bad luck, because I'm still picking up Archon shards, which is good. Sorry, Sil, yeah. I'm experiencing the world a few seconds ahead of you because of stream delay. There's not a lot you can do about that. I'll leave the next one to you, Sil. How about that?
Works for me.
That way, Sod's Law says you'll be called away now for the next one. Hollow saying, do you have any current hopes for the design of the next Warframe or any archetype you would like to see added? Not particularly. Here's the thing about trying to predict or suggest things like that. I have absolutely no control over it. And as a result of that, any prediction I make is most likely only going to be something that doesn't exist. And so I'm just telling you things or spreading ideas of things that people can't have and just make them disappointed. And that doesn't sound like a good thing to me.
use that terminal.
Rather than spending time thinking about and discussing things that don't exist, and likely will never exist, I can focus on the things that do exist and everyone can enjoy and play. This is a common theme for me. I end up referring to it rather derogatively for other stuff as fanficking. Going into all the things, oh, but what if? And I'll do it myself from time to time, you know, I'll say, oh, what if he did this, what if he did that? Everyone does that. But I don't like to dwell on it. Easy to forget the game for the game, when you imagine all the ways it could be different. Best Nova Portal. Okay then. There was someone there. There was not someone there. Eternalism. I'm just going to ignore that Groslink. I cannot be bothered with it.
Spit or split. That thing's wrong. Capital W wrong.
Don't I wish for a game with proper descriptions for all mods and effects? Sure.
That's yourself. Open it.
Yeah. That's been talked about at length as well. I'm not going to take the bait on that particular rant today. I refuse. Oh, today we are cracking through the Netrocells. EDA just looked like crap this week. The options I had were just not fun, so I'm doing this instead. And then we're going to focus some more on those stat stick frames. It got dropped in the wall? Oh no. Yup. That's in there. Well. Ain't no getting that reward. That's just going to sit on our radar the entire mission. Still, cheers. Someone's going to go grab that Necromite. They're going to get there faster than me, so I will hang here. Yep, they've already got it. Slam. Are these in the zone? No, they are not. They're at the edge of it. There we go. Now the next group. Got it. Now the next group. Got them. We're running out of spanners? Well, I mean, the winners are winning, the losers are losing. Eventually that concentrates all the spanners into one person. Such is the nature of these things. Yeah, those enemies are all the way over there. I'm going to stay out of their line of sight to force them to move in. Come on. Or keep dying to something else, apparently. Have we got someone up there killing outside the zone? No? Then why are they dying up there? What's going on? What? Miralabe! Whoa! With 13 gifted subs? Ah, I see. We've hit the sub goal for the stream. Miralabe tactically picking the exact number to get us right there. Miralabe, thank you very, very much for that. Let's have a look here. That has gone out to Troll Ripper, to Crochetdy, to Geldshot, to Command Line Fox, to KG360, to Shadow8088, to Empathic Tuner, to Creeping Champ, to Hobo Shotty, to Rusham, to Parksaw, to Max Caesar, and Umbral Raid. Miralabe, thank you very, very much for that. That has indeed hit a summer bonus. And seeing as this mission allows me to sit, to be quite honest, it's not exactly demanding the highest of attentions, I think we can get straight into doing that hype bonus right here, right now. And Birley, thanks for gifting a sub directly to Solomir as well. Cheers indeed.
Oh.
Cheers indeed. Right, so whilst all the mission just happens around me, exclamation mark, hypes! Clemkiller 007, you've just won yourself a Chroma Prime. That is our summer hype bonus right there, Clemkiller 007. Make sure you DM me on Twitch, and within the next 24 hours, no less, I'm going to need to have your Warframe username and platform. We'll be able to arrange that trade for you. Make sure you have your cross-save on if you're not on PC. Clemkiller, congrats. That is one summer bonus of the stream. That's the one that's guaranteed from hitting the sub goal. If we hit a level 5 or higher hype train, we can have another summer bonus as well. But that won't be until much later into the stream, because we had a smaller hype train earlier. Oh wow, yeah, there's been a lot of channel points dropped on No Tal Forged, yeah. We'll see how that pans out. I swear there are just not enough enemies for this mission. Slam. Slam. They're all coming through this doorway, and they're all coming through too slowly. Thank you. NRS doing good work there. Slam. Slam. That's my bit. He brings in a group of them, I just jump and slam. Sad Nova noises. You're doing your best, it's just the mission's deciding not to give you much to work with. Let's see what we get on this one.
Take whatever Albrecht was hiding and get back to the sanctum.
And got it. Let's go. Done.
Nothing about Albrecht?
Nothing about Albrecht.
Okay. Next time.
I wonder how D's going to handle that switch over to us actually knowing what's happened to Albrecht. Are they just going to change the voice line for Tagfa? Just on the prelude or on the approach to the new update where we find out more, they'll just have Tagfa start going, "Oh, oh, these are coordinates. I can use these." And that is indeed a Talforge shard. So to those of you on the believing side, you're absolutely right there. Airsoft, you are making bank on this one. Airsoft, our biggest believer on the Talforged. Nice. They always got themselves 880 out of that, yeah. Airsoft put down 1,000, so they got back 8,800 there. Woo! That's a few. That is a few right there.
Third three. Hey. Don't want to tell you your business.
And let's run our last one of these.
Is out.
Airsoft needs 30,000 more for VIP. Fair dude, you're nearly there, dude. You're nearly there.
This is gonna hurt.
You know what you absolutely should do, Airsoft? Put 30k in the next one.
Choose your pain. It's the only way to open a Netracell.
The only safe way, right? Right? There we go. All keys acquired.
So, hit the terminal to exit into the labs.
Come on. Come on. How is Worm already down? The mission's not started. That is so rude. The door wouldn't open quickly enough, so Worm dies. That's rude. Well, Worm's back anyway. They've got that one. I'm going to follow this way because I have the keys. Because of the way enemy spawning works, it doesn't actually matter if the person holding the keys gets there quickly. Because until everyone's in the zone, the enemies will spawn away from the zone. Alright, he's got that. I'm going to search this way because that should put me towards the cell itself. I'm thinking down here. I may be incorrect on this, but I'm trying it. Oh, have I found it? I found it.
Using the key glyphs
Got
to
it.
open the Netracell. So be ready. Security's freaking out. The Netracell doors won't
Lovely, lovely.
until you clear out uglies around the entrance.
Oh wow, King Goblin's going all in again. Fair enough. This one again? Yeah, it's this circle again. We're just gonna have to suffer it. This is not one of D's best designs. Not at all. But it's what we got. It's what we got. Come on, enemies, get in the zone. Why wouldn't they want to let the area be the room, not the closet? Honestly, no idea. No idea on D's design on this one. It is definitely perplexing. Especially when it's like, oh, let me spawn a Necromech from outside the zone. Yeah, that's great. And again, I need to be deep in the zone to make sure the enemies don't shoot from outside the zone. Bump. But this is the last of these runs. After this... Ooh, those slams are not doing a lot of damage to that. There we go. After these runs, we will be able to get on to the statistics. To make sure we've got all the bases covered there. Alright. Yep, Necromite's all the way over there, 350 meters away. Not great. Slam that thing just to get off my face. And now hold off on the kills until the Necromite is killed. My Sentinel won't, but I shall. They were saying, if I didn't love Lavos so much, I'd consider enhancing these missions just to ferry enemies into the circle. Honestly, not the worst shout. You can also use, say, pull on Lavos. Because if you go for a decent range pull, that should work. You could go for ensnare, but that requires enemy already in the zone. Pull will bring them into the zone for you. So there are options you could take. Oh, don't worry about the plat you lost on sales. You were happy with the price that you got for the ribbons.
Hit them till they stop moving.
Don't look at the price that you could have got for them. Look at the price you got and be satisfied that you got the sales you were looking for. You were happy then. Why be unhappy now? How could you know that those changes were coming? How could the other person have known that those changes were coming? When you sold those ribbons, yeah, they weren't as expensive as you could have sold them today, but you were selling them at the price that you were happy with. I feel like my fire rate is lower than normal. I've definitely got the increased fire rate from Reinforced Bond. But that definitely feels like a lower fire rate than normal. I'll have a look at that later. Let me know how it goes, Ladybug, if you do try the pull Lavos for this mission. Let me know how that goes, because on paper it sounds like at least a half workable idea. There is the cooldown on it, which you'd have to be mindful of, but that should be easy enough to manage. It's only a 10-second cooldown, you've got two abilities that can reduce that cooldown. Catalyze can easily be the ability to lose, because it's not really the ability you want for this particular mission. Oh yeah, the Archititron doesn't need a ribbon to do good stuff, absolutely. No ribbon needed on this one. Just good old Warframe abilities is enough. Well, I tried dashing there, but was slamming, but there was a bridge in the way. Who knew? What's the best all-round aid stat stick? It's not about what's the best all-round aid stat stick, although we will be looking into static weaponing cannons. The title is referring to the fact that there's 8 stat stick frames. Although I suppose that should be 9 after what we discussed with Nightmare. Is there one more? What? Best all-round stat stick? I mean, if you have to pick one and only one, it's probably just going to be Ceramic Dagger. Quell Surprise. Will Rage from Rage. Attack with Speed Boost. Stack with the Novas. I don't know if it stacks. I do know that it is a much smaller targeting area, which can make it a little bit less workable to force enemies to slide in. So I'm saying Magister, I'd say. I mean, you can go Magister as well. Problem with Magister is that you aren't able to have that very, very, very high initial combo. And you've also got the massive crit chance bonus on Ceramic Dagger. Whereas on Magister, it's not as big. Yeah, you get the crit damage bonus. That's a trade-off you're making. Which one is bringing the value you need?
You're in. Grab and go. Can't wait to see what you've got when you get back here.
You think Ceramic Dagger is boring? I mean, it's a stat stick. It's not supposed to be interesting. If you think a stat stick is going to be interesting, I don't think you understand what a stat stick is, to be quite honest. That's their entire point. You mod something to not use it, it buffs something else. Yeah, Magister is up there as another one, and there is also... God, there's another one I forget the name of. I forget which one I was looking at. There is one which gives you +2 critical multiplier, base multiplier, for your next attack after switching from your primary, which I'm told does impact pseudo exalted. Will I get a regular Archon Shard? No, I've got Melee Crescendo instead, and that's exactly what I needed. Master Dark Dagger? Not that, no, that's not a Incarnon. Alright, that is very, very good, because if I go into Arcanes, and I go for Crescendo, boop, Perfect. Perfect. There we are. I have now completed the legendary arcanes from here. I could have done it sooner, but I've skipped some extra cells and bits here and there. Yep. Rank 5 crescendo. Yep. It's all done. So, Flo, Petra, Engineer, thank you very much for joining me on those missions. Enjoy your loots. How do I avoid Warframe burnout? My pants are very shiny. They say, I feel like I play the game for a couple of days, then just not play it for weeks, even though I love the game. Maybe you don't love it as much as you think. Maybe you've enjoyed it. Past tense. Maybe what you want to do in the game needs to be reconsidered and rethought so that you don't approach it with such a burnout mentality. The way I avoid burnout in Warframe is to quite simply only play Warframe when I want to. That might sound a little bit reductive, but seriously, that is the big key. And as Sill's pointing out, play other games, variety is healthy. Yeah, do different things. I don't play a huge amount of Warframe outside of streams and making videos, because I play a large amount of Warframe when streaming and when making videos. Even just the streams alone is 6 hours plus of Warframe a week that I'm doing every single week. Like that's a lot of Warframe right there. 6 hours a week already is a lot of Warframe. If we believe otherwise, congratulations, you're playing even more than a lot of Warframe. You add on to that the video making as well. Is it any surprise that in my downtime, I don't tend to pick Warframe a lot of the time? I play other things. So that's the way to avoid burnout in Warframe, is only play it when you really want to play it. If you're not enjoying it, you're doing it wrong, because it's a video game, it's not a job. Even for me, Warframe is not my job. My job is content creation through YouTube and Twitch. Warframe happens to be a very useful medium for me to use in order to create said content. But Warframe itself is not my job, and it's certainly not yours. It's a game. Let's treat it like one. Pansy is saying, I think I just need to find some more friends to play with. Enjoy sitting in Survival with my friends for hours, but playing anything but that feels like a chore. I see. I see. You're the kind of person who in EVE Online would love mining. You're the kind of person who would just be endlessly chopping down trees in survival craft style games. It sounds like to me you enjoy spending the time with your friends, and the survival is the backdrop. It is the fireplace around which you are gathering. And going out and telling stories to an empty campfire doesn't really work, does it? Sitting at an empty bar, downing pint after pint with no one to converse with, doesn't really hit the same. Is it Warframe that you in particular were going for? Or is it spending time talking to your friends that you were going for? That may be why you're burnt out on Warframe. You've finished the Warframe bit, but you attribute the Warframe bit to the friends bit. So instead, split them apart. You got the friends bit, but you still enjoy Warframe's gameplay. You chose to sit at that campfire. You chose to drink at that bar, the bar of Warframe. So what did you enjoy about it? And then how can you find the bit there that you like to engage with when your friends are busy? And there is your solution to the burnout. There's how you can still play Warframe without being burned out, is by finding the bit of it you actually enjoyed without your friends. The gameplay loop that you wish to connect with. And if you can't find an answer to that, you're no longer wanting to go to the bar of Warframe, that's fine. Go where your friends are. If that's where your fun is, where your friends are, then go where your friends are. Burnout is your mind telling you, hey, dude, you've been ignoring me, I've told you. I wanted something different. Now I'm going to make you feel like shit. I know that it might seem paradoxical to what I'm doing here as a content creator. You'd think I'd be promoting Warframe. You'd think I'd be saying to everyone possible, get into it, and watch my guides, and do this, and do that, play more, and subscribe. Do that last one, definitely. But I'm not going to lead you astray. It's pointless. At the end of the day, Warframe's in a healthy enough state. There are hundreds of thousands, if not millions of players every single month. No problem whatsoever there. No problem whatsoever. Easily over a million, actually, now I think about it. I'm not concerned. Might be time to play the 10 plus games you haven't played yet. Go for it. Give them a try. Mix it up. And then, when you get a hankering for Warframe, not you go, oh, I should log into Warframe. No, 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 no. No should. If you find yourself using the word should, you're not listening to your brain again. You're asking for burnout. When you go, I want to log in. I want to go to Deimos and mine up some gems. Why? Well, I don't need a Void Rig. I don't need any Necromech. I don't need a Trumna. But I still want to go mining. You know why? Because you want to go mining. Okay, cool. Go mining. Do it. Maybe you sell the gems after crafting them. Maybe you build Necromech parts. Maybe you just collect them because you wanted to mine. When you want to play Warframe, that's when you play it. That's when you play it. And that goes for every game. Okay, so, stat sticks. Let's look at one of the more basic ones to start. Let's start at the basics, yeah. Gara. Gara has this ability here, Shattered Lash. And I dare say, as far as actual stat sticks go, this is the most basic of them. Or at least the most basic ability that uses a stat stick. Shattered Lash has no critical chance. It has no status chance. It is just damage. That's pretty flat, isn't it? Not only that, unlike Excalibur, whose Slash Dash also has no status or crit, Slash Dash has a forced slash proc, and it also can key in with your exalted weapon. This doesn't have that either. It's just that. Dark Dragon, that is self-promotion. Yep. Don't do that. So, Shadow Lash, there are two modes on it. It's a bi-modal ability. Tap cast, you get the puncture, straight forwards. Hold cast, you get the arc, slashing and knocking the enemies over. Well, knocking over both ways, but that one is an even stronger effect. Further to it is that you can also tap, hold, invert in the settings to give the tap cast to slash. I don't know why still. It's not happened for me, so I don't know. Still, are you using the moderator page? Just checking. The one I showed you? Because it might be that's more stable. Twitch makes fewer changes there. Using the mod page? Okay, no idea then. Sorry. Can't help you. If Twitch just brokey, Twitch brokey. But yeah, there's not really a lot to say about this ability. It just kind of do what it do, really. It just do what it do. But the thing is that you can absolutely create statistics for it. And what I'm putting together is 2 stages of stat stick. This one here is the pre-New War stat stick for Excalibur and Gara. They both use the same modding. There is no difference to what you need to do for it. It just works. Now, as much as I'm saying pre-New War here, I have got a Prime Pressure Point, Prime Fever Strike. Those aren't exactly cheap mods to get hold of. I acknowledge that. But these mods are completely accessible without having got to completing the New War. It's an investment, don't get me wrong, but completely accessible. If someone wishes to use normal Pressure Point and normal Fever Strike, nothing stops them. They'll be weaker, but not that much. Pre-New War returning players? Yeah, returning players pre-New War would be in that state as well, but That's a little bit of a cop-out. You're right, but a little cop-out. My point is that the aim here is not to use anything in Kanon, not to use anything that is obtained from the Zaraman, from the Entrati Labs, to not use any melee arcanes as a result, no Tennokai, none of that lot. All of the Incarnons are post-New War. All of them. So it's a nice line to draw in the sand, because it's such a long quest. We can also say a very long thank you to TMB Dean for the long 15 months of support with your Prime there. TMB Dean, thank you very much for that. Welcome back in once again there. Oh. Cheers indeed. So yeah, this, from testing, just really works for Excalibur and Gara. And a big part of that is that pre-New War, there is nothing you can do with crit mods for them, nothing you can do with status mods. The status damage mods, the Elementalist, just does not work on almost, if not every single pseudo-exalted. They do not benefit from attack speed, they do not benefit from range, they do not benefit from faction mods, they do not benefit from finisher mods. They do benefit from combo gain, and by they I mean actually only Excalibur. Gara does not give you combo gain. So really, the only things you can use are pure damage and elemental damage. And then just combo fuckery. Not even faction? Nope, not even faction works. So this is what does. We've got pure damage. We've got 1, 2, 3 elementals, and I've got a physical mod in here, and then just a bit of combo. Combo duration. Combo gain does work with Excalibur, but Excalibur has an augment, which is far superior for combo gain. Far and away superior. If I just grab that here real quickly, if you are focusing on combo gain, if you want to gain combo from your slash dash, you've got Surging Dash. This will increase your combo gain by 8, multiplied by your strength, which means at the moment, with 155 strength, this is actually a 12 gain. In addition to the 1 on hit. So as much as I could mod this to give, instead of 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 combo per hit, a single mod on Excalibur completely overloads that. No bonus from Blood Rush on Gara? Not pre-New War, no. When I say it doesn't apply, what I mean is it doesn't apply. That includes all of the mods you're thinking about that might apply, because maybe something else different happens? No, they don't. It is the most simple of the statistics. Pre-New War, this is what you can do. This is as far as it goes. Buzzkill here is offering a slash bonus. You could use Puncture if you're for some reason using a Puncture Gara, but for Excalibur slash dash and for slash Gara, you might as well grab the slash. You might as well, because that is halfway between an elemental mod and a primed elemental mod, which is pretty strong. From all I've looked into, this is about as far as you can take it. With the pre-New War approach, what I'm assuming there is that someone pre-New War has most likely not finished their operator focus trees. They most likely do not have Naramon in a good spot yet, because they haven't got access to most of the good focus farms. They're probably not at the level where they are slamming through Eidolons. They are probably not at the level to, well, they certainly don't have access to the Zaraman to fight the Thrax over there. They've got the circuit, but the circuit's not exactly really swimming in positivity for them. Even making lenses is a pain in the ass. Want a good focus farms? Check out my focus farming guide. So the idea is to build this one assuming someone hasn't got operator set up as well. They've got an operator, but that's as much as they've got. So that's why we've got the combo duration here. I could put more elements here, but it doesn't really help anything at that point. You've got the 60-60 mods, or turn this from Corrosive Heat into Corrosive Blast, which is not going to win any awards, with Excalibur and Gara not actually applying the status effects. So it just doesn't get you much further, whereas keeping the combo up for a new player means they keep up the damage multiplier from their combo, and that's huge. That is huge. Don't know if it's still up to date? Well, check it and tell me where I'm wrong. Kindly. Don't be a YouTube commenter. Hello, any tips for new players? Where do I begin? How new are you? Is this your very first time considering the concept of Warframe? Are you MR10? Are you MR20? Are you MR33 and just having a joke? Probably not, but Isn't Drifting Contact pre-New War? It is, but it doesn't actually do a lot for you here. So you could slap it over this one. Downside is then you miss out on the melee critical combo multiplier for Excalibur's purposes. So you could put that there. The status bonus doesn't matter because we don't use status, so you gain 4 seconds, but you lose out on Gladiator bonus for Excalibur's, let's say, Exalted Blade. That's pretty much it. So, you can, but it doesn't really do any benefit, and body count is superior. Gip saying, I've been watching a bit, but just started the game, so I know a bit, but very little bit. Okay, first things first then, Gip. Head on over to my YouTube channel, !YouTube for the link on that. Assuming you're not already a subscriber, the very first video that pops up is a YouTube short. Don't worry, it's not as cancerous as it sounds. It is a 1-minute video. Silency's linked to it directly, in fact. It's a 1-minute video, very specifically, what do you need to know if you're brand new to Warframe? That minute should certainly give you a lot of answers you're looking for as a brand new player. And then, once you get going onto those, you'll have more targeted questions to ask than just any tips. That's your starting spot. That should have you covered. So looking at this, I'll be honest, I don't think there's anywhere really I can take this aside from... that is theoretically the option there. Technically the option. And otherwise, dropping one or both of these for yet more elemental mods for a little bit more damage there. But if you're pre-New War, this is going to be enough damage. That is going to straight up be enough damage. If I take this this not very pre-New War Excalibur, because it's got adaptation, but I take this Excalibur, it's not exactly high modded. Pre-New War, the highest level enemy you're going to face is going to be a level 100 non-steel path, and that's going to be at the top end of a sortie. Top end of a sortie. Golf ball man? Yep. We're bringing out the golf ball. God, how many people here have no idea what that's referencing? That is going back a bit. Sadly, one of my worst performing videos, that one. Evidently not a lot of interest in golf in Warframe. Is Circuitous not open pre-New War? What about it, Ladybug? Oh, god damn it. This is why I defang the bloody Sentinels. Ruin tests. Team Jeebers say, hi folks, coming back to Warframe after roughly 5 years, hoping to find a really experienced player to answer some questions for me because I'm lost lol. Step 1, YouTube guides, I have loads of them. Step 2, don't ask for permission to ask you questions, ask you questions. People can't help you if you don't know what the question is. So let's see, how does this fare? Well, the butchers just die outright, so that's nice. I have only cast one ability here, by the way. That was one cast. Now let's go for cast 2. And they're kind of falling apart. My combo is fully maxed from just those couple casts. The only surviving things are these heavy units, which, let's face it, Slash Dash was never supposed to kill. Well, surprise. I'll just kill them with this definitely post-New War weapon. As for Warframes, should just get the one you like, right? Pretty much, Gip. Yeah, pretty much. There is my guide, the 2023 guide to how long it takes to farm every Warframe in Warframe. Because, of course. As it is a 2023 guide, there are a few frames which have come out since then which are not included in that video, but by and large they are later game acquisition. So you can use that as a guide on which Warframes you could work towards soonest and what kind of hurdles you're looking to go through to get them. So I'd say check that out as well. 2023 guide on how long it takes to farm every Warframe in the game. I see, yeah. That's what you're on about, Circulus, because the level. Got it. Got it, got it. Absolutely got it. Is it actually good to trade for complete sets? For complete Prime Warframe sets, that's the primary way a lot of people get them, yes. So you could open up relics endlessly and hope that you get the stuff, but it's basically the bad luck mitigation is to trade between players. You don't assume that you can farm everything yourself in a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, that's standard. For normal Warframes, you can't trade them between players, you need to earn those in-game, or you buy them outright with Platinum. And for the majority of them, earning them is the more sensible place, not buying them. Okay, let's grab Gara. Yeah, Worm Prime's always having a seizure. It's just a thing that it does. Okay, so now Gara is not so good for building combo. I'm going to see if I can just swing in a bit of combo myself here. Yeah, that is a slow burn on the combo game, isn't it? But even with this combo, I can do that amount of damage. But yeah, I think the setup for Gara probably needs, now I look at it, a better combo game. Because as much as Excalibur can produce the combo, she can't. And that's no good. That is absolutely no good. So, putting that into minds then, I would say take out the Drifting Contact. Combo gain, what we can do is put in Quickening. So Quickening has an attack speed bonus and a combo count chance bonus, which means it's going to be quicker to actually gain the combo and quicker to use it. The other thing to consider is that whilst I've gone for Fraggle here because of the initial combo of 20, because this is a slow weapon, it's not so great at generating that combo. It might be better to put this same setup on something that generates combo just so much quicker. Something like Redeemer, perhaps. Let's put that one back on there. Oh, not that one. What was it? Where'd it go? There it is. As I said, Redeemer. Redeemer is a pretty reasonably early to access weapon. It's not the nicest to manage, but it's early to access, and I've put no upgrades into it because, of course, it's bloody Redeemer. Redeemer Prime. I could just say, use it on Redeemer. It's fine. So yeah, what I can do is take the setup from here. Let's drop those off. Drop you, drop you. Literally all of this. Don't care what the build was before. Well, I forgot what the build is supposed to be now. I think it is Prime Pressure Point and Prime Fever Strike. Spoiled Strike. We got the 90% elemental mods of Molten Impact and Shocking Touch. We got Body Count. I said Quickening. And what was the last mod over here? What was the last mod? I've forgotten. Buzzkill! Right then. Got it. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. So if I do this, that, there we go. That gives us a corrosive heat if it's everything. Got it. Work with the polarities. There we go. So, now if we run this, and I should be running Naramon. Just, actually no, we're building this for not pre-New War, so not Naramon. Specifically not. There we go. Kill off the enemies that exist, spawn in the new group. How does this feel? Firstly, that combo gain, much faster, and because it's at range, it's easier to use as well. There we go. And then, smack. Oh yeah. Yeah, that is worth the investment. You see the damage output that it generates. The heavy units survive it. That's to be expected. That is what happens. But the rest of them, level 100 for a pre-New War setup, I think that does pretty well. That is the highest tier of enemy that people are usually going to be facing there. More standard enemy might be up this far. Just did that to maintain the combo real quick. Level 50. I mean, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? It speaks for itself. And that's just using Gara in a stat sticking fashion. Because of course, Gara's biggest strength is actually in doing something more like this. Which works very, very well. Yeah. If we go back to the 100 setup, try to do this quickly enough I don't lose the combo. Schwap. Some survivors. But you can still get the work done, yeah. Again, it's the heavy units. The heavy units do start to survive at that tier because it's a basic ability. Set up with basic modding. Why the mobs highlighted red? Funny you should ask that. I get this question a lot. And the strange thing is that all you have to do is go into your options and search highlight. Because the enemy highlight is because I turned on enemy highlights. It's an accessibility thing. Makes it a lot easier to see what the hell is going on. A lot easier. Never knew it exists? Yeah, a lot of people don't. I have it on because it just makes it so much easier to see, and it works for people in videos too, they can see too. Accessibility for the win. Nope. Just gonna jab them with it. I don't think this can headshot. No. No, it doesn't look like this can headshot. It's weaker than Excalibur's one. That one can headshot. Yeah, the wide slash is absolutely better Solomon, which is why I recommend the Buzzkill. But I would say the choice of going for Redeemer there for Gara is a big deal because she can generate so much combo so quickly, especially with quickening. She's just the she just prefers this one. So let's mark that now. That is pre-New War Gara. That is important. And we can take the name off the Fragor. What's that? Don't forget reverse tap hold. Oh, I mentioned it earlier. I mentioned that. Firm, we'll switch it that way. There we go. Okay, cool. But yeah, Gara and Excalibur, they are exceptionally basic. So Excalibur, using the same approach, as we've seen there, uses this. Now here's the really odd thing about him. I'm going to have an unmodded Exalted Blade. I can't take this off, but it is unmodded. And let's just bring in one heavy gunner for demonstration purposes only. And because we're doing demonstration, I'm going to bring back up the damage number size. I'll just have to remember to turn that off when I record scenes later, otherwise it looks stupid. Okay, there's plenty of energy. So, if I slash dash right now with no Exalted Blade, slam, 1,422 damage, and an ongoing tick of 721. That's pretty decent. Now for a basic ability, no combo built up realistically, that's alright. We activate this, 66. Just 66 damage. And the reason it is so much lower is because it switches over to using Exalted Blade as the stat stick. You'll notice even my combo is down. So we get just 66 there. Turn it off. 1,706. That is something to be aware of with Excalibur. You want to make sure that your Exalted Blade, if you're using it, is appropriate for your stat stick as well. Otherwise, you don't want to be using slash dash for its damage. Because if you're not stat sticking it, you're not benefiting from it. And the problem there is that Exalted Blade wants different modding to slash dash. A lot of things to keep in mind. Does the Exalted Blade can use all the mods that make the slash dash make more damage? It can, but as I just said, you want to mod Exalted Blade differently. Because you'll notice that this isn't modded in a normal melee way. It's not. As I'll say, it's a really annoying aspect. Some people tell me it's only the waves. That's just not true. It used to be true, Zom. Because in my previous guide, that's what I said, and I tested it. It did used to be true. And then DE changed it, because from their perspective, they agreed it didn't make sense for the Exalted Blade to not be the blade you use during slash dash. So they changed it to make more sense. What does stat stick mean? Stat stick is a weapon which you mod, not to use the weapon, but to buff an ability instead. So right here, this modding is not so that I can enjoy using Fraggle Prime, far from it. It is so that Excalibur's slash dash does a lot more damage. As you see there, it says it does 387.5 damage. 387.5 is pretty pathetic. No one needs 387 damage outside of really low levels. And this thing over here, that's not low level. Just going to remove its armor real quick. If I get this out, we did 659. Not quite the ability damage we're expecting, but it's still pretty poor. But if I now use slash dash with the hammer, 14,000 damage. Stat stick. 17,000. 19,000. Oh, she's dead. And that number would just keep going up until I hit the combo cap. Bombard. Get a whole bunch of these. Get rid of the armor. And then we 22k, 25k, 28k, 30 something, 36k, 39k, 42k. I think we capped out there at 42,000 damage on an ability that does 387 damage. That is the power of a stat stick. And this is one of the weaker stat sticks in the game. Ripped to all of those guys. Magister Incarnate still good stat stick for Atlas? Yes. First time joining in on your Twitch stream, but yeah. I'm going to guess that's a phone autocorrect. Just wanted to thank you for all the information you put out on YouTube. Has helped me a lot. You're very welcome, and welcome into the channel here. Welcome on in. Zom, I mean, you can vent. I won't be focusing on it in the statistic guide. That's something for just Excalibur himself. I want to focus on the statistics. Aussie, cheers. Ooh. Ah. Why is Magister Incarnate the best statistic? I don't know if it's the best, but it's a very good one. So let's start talking about the Incarnates. But first, Mirrorlave, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Extreme SGT _. Extreme. You've been welcomed to the channel by our resident gift legend there, Merrily. Make sure you say thanks for that. They've added you into the fold. Oh. So, stat sticks by and large, with one exception, two exceptions, 1.1 exceptions, by and large, stat sticks don't care about the weapon itself. The weapon can bring various features to the game, but the actual weapon stats usually don't matter. Until we get to this very weird word, incarnate. And once we get to this word here, DE decided to just change the game. So if we have a look at the Magister here, we have this perk, which I'll talk more about in just a second here, is I think Mithrandihu, who has just gifted 5 subs to the community there. It's gone out to Icethi, to Kipashka, to I'm the Clown, to Scania, and to Pinswill. Mithrandia, thank you very much for that. Much appreciated. Oh. Cheers indeed. Yeah, projector bonus is considered a modded bonus for stat sticks. It's weird. If I recall, it's treated modded. Elemental modded. Anyway, Evolution 4 here, we've got Critical Parallel. Increases base critical chance by plus 12%. Increases base critical damage multiplier by plus 0.2 times. Yes, I've got the Sanctity Magister. I learned after the fact that it should have been normal Magister. I'm going to have to fix that. Pain. I know what I need to do. I've been putting it off, but I'll just have to sort it. These 2 stats here, they show that they apply to the Incarnate weapon, and initially you might expect, okay, cool, so it just buffs the Incarnate, job done. But DE didn't code it that way. These buffs also apply to stat stick abilities some of the time. For example, Excalibur Slash Dash. Slash Dash has a 0% critical chance. It does not crit. Until you give it a crit chance. So with this weapon equipped here, I'm going to do nothing else to it. I'm not going to even look at the modding. Don't care about that. The very fact I have the weapon equipped, we now see some yellow hits. We are now critting with an ability that doesn't crit. Because that's a thing. What's the difference between Sanctity and regular Magister? So regular Magister has lower stats. As a result, DE gave it higher bonuses in its evolutions. For some reason, they gave it a much higher Evolution 4 passive, whereby the increase to base critical damage isn't 0.2, it's 1.0. So if you have a critical damage multiplier on a ability of 2 times, this one makes it 2.2, whereas the worst Magister makes it 3. Which is a lot more crit power. A lot more. And now the thing is that once you have this base critical chance and added to your stat stick, you can then mod the crits as well. Yeah, the base Magister is just better. It turns out. I have the wrong one. You lose the Sanctity effect, you gain everything else. But there we are. So by adding these crits in, you can make it where abilities that can't crit if they key off the melee weapon. Which is so weird. So very, very weird. And there are various incarnates that could be used in various different ways. There is... I don't know if I actually have this one. I think it's a Nami that does it, but let me check. No. So the Nami has a plus 21% to base critical chance, which is very nice. No, I'm going to have to double check incarnates. Which is the one that does this? I'm looking for. Give me just a moment on this. Is it Cyber? Cyber, yeah. There it is. Cyber. you've got the option of this plus 25% base critical chance, which for non-critting abilities, important, because otherwise you can't add the crit in, it's not there. But if it already has crit in it, red right hand, first attack with primary equipped, increases base critical damage multiplier by plus 2 times. If you use your exalted ability, you never consume that first attack. This track is terrible. What are we listening to? Ew. That was just noise. Anyway. So this will increase your static abilities base critical multiplier from 2 times in a lot of cases to 4 times outright constant, which is a pretty heavy increase. So if you've got one that's already high on the crits, you can superpower those crits. But if you don't have one with a whole bunch of crits, then instead you want to get that there. Or a similar weapon doing that kind of thing. So there are a lot of things you could do. You can see this one here also adds combo duration. There's a lot of options you can take with the Incarnants, which make for a lot of power. I still maintain, however, that the ceramic dagger is probably the best. Queen, that wasn't EDM. We're still listening to EDM right now. That previous track was not EDM, that was noise. I'm actually going to find it in the list and delete it. Okay, apparently I can't find it that easily in the list. Let's quickly pop back. It was called temporary password. Okay. I'm going to find that and delete it. I'm not keeping it on the list whatsoever. Where is it? Not that folder. Nope. 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 Got 13 bloody albums of this genre. It's the first time I've focused on that particular song. I'm going to find it. Of course, it's going to be in the last folder, isn't it? It was not in the last folder, so I jumped ahead for nothing. God damn it. Now this is just insulting me. Can't find it. I'll come back to that later then, apparently. Alright then. Ah. It'd say the Sonic Dagger is best in general. It is best in general, yeah. And a lot of people don't want to overly invest. Does Argonaut triggers dagger effect of Amalgamod in static kills? It depends on the static situation. Sometimes yes, mostly no. Yeah. Queen, your taste in music is trash. Accept it. If you think that noise was good music, I'm sorry, you are not listening to good music. That was just noise, Queen. That was just noise. There was nothing good about it. So I'd say Magister, high damage for most frames, initial combo, I don't think it's that helpful. Understandable. Understandable. Which we don't use Sonic Dagger, so there'll be the Magister Incarnate, as Zom's pointing out. So that's a very, very strong one as well. This one here, the base critical chance of plus 30% is a big damn deal. Like, you can't easily overlook that one. To compare to the Magister, which Zom is going on about, that one, it does give you a +1 to your crit multiplier, which is big as well. But it only gives you a 16% crit chance bonus, which is nowhere near the same power there. There's 16% versus 30% base crit, and then we've also got, it's got initial combo built into it as well, and further initial combo, if you've got the opportunity to do so, you get 100 kills with your primary weapon, you've got 100 extra initial combo, which means these two combined, 120 initial combo, you're at a 7 times multiplier already. Always a 7 times multiplier. This is especially good for someone like Gara, who herself doesn't build combo with her own ability usage. And then with the Ceramic Dagger, you can take that yet further with things like Covert Lethality and Corrupt Charge. And that will get your initial combo even higher still if you want. That adds on another 2 tiers. You'll be at a 9 times already. Queen, if you want me to time you out, just say another message that dumb. Because I'm not going to have it. This without Magus Aggress? True, Magus Aggress does make more of a mess of the situation, yeah. Magus Aggress does turn it around. So let's see, which one was it? I think it was this one that was set up. Yeah. So this ends up being a generalized, non-status Ceramic Dagger. This is a non-status one. The reason it's non-status because if you're adding crit to some of those out there, well, so you know what to do. If you're adding crit to either Atlas or to Gara or to Excalibur, you're not adding the status, and without adding the status, there's no point using status mods. Excalibur's 0, Gara's 0, Atlas is 5% status chance. That's not worth buffing. It's just not. As I was saying, I think without Aggress, damage-wise, it comes out the best for everyone but Nuke, Gara, and Atlas. Maybe. Maybe. But this will give you the majority of the power. So we've got the 30 initial combo. We don't need to use the other 15 from Covert Lethality, because we're not using finishers. Or 16. So this... it would get us an extra combo tier if we're not gaining any other combo. It's not worth going that extra far. But the rest of this, we've got the double crit strength there. We've got combo bonus coming in. We've got a little bit of element coming in here. Actually, a lot of element. More of the same coming in over here. So I could switch this to a different element. That's on your choice, really. If you don't want corrosive, you can switch it to something else. Spoiled Strike, because again, more pure damage is a very good thing. And we don't need to worry about the negative to attack speed. This works for a lot of setups. Right out the gate. Straight out. If you're not trying to get status hits with even Korra, might be a bad choice, I'll be honest, but if you're not worried about that, it even works for Korra. This will not be a benefit really to Inaros, but you can still use it if you wanted to as its own weapon, because Inaros only cares about elemental type. If you want a bunch of corrosive, sure, but wouldn't be my pick. You could put the viral in here instead. For Atlas, it'll work nicely. For Excalibur, it works nicely. For Gara, it works nicely. For Ashe, it doesn't. For Ashe, this would be a substandard pick. And for Ashe specifically, that's when I point over to a different Incarnate Dagger. That is when we go to good old Inodem. The Inodem has a number of perks which makes it simply superior. Firstly, we can get some plus attack speed on the evolution here, and we need a little bit of attack speed, but not a lot. More than this, you get vastly diminishing returns. By the time you hit 50%, there's no more bonus to get. And this will give us extra attack speed if you activate the Incarnate form. So we've already got all the attack speed right here. We then get bonus finisher damage. Yes, that does help out. 3 times combo to activate the Incarnate form just makes it easier to turn that on to get the extra attack speed bonus. And then this one, there's actually nothing that helps here, so it just sits there. What melee arcane should you use? Depends on your build, Engineer 1. With the Inodem for Ashe, that is this setup here that I've got so far, that Prime Fury needs to come off. Did I rebuild this? Yeah, okay. Evidently something went wrong. That wasn't still on there. I was still that's what I was still figuring out which one I want to put here. Yeah, that's what it was. Elemental quickening, elemental quickening, elemental quickening. I can do that. I don't want to use the Riven because most people aren't going to have the same Riven, so it doesn't matter. What are the first 3 frames you should get started with level cap content? Revenant, Rhino. Yeah, Lavos. Yeah, Revenant, Rhino, Lavos. As well as some weapons. Weapons. Incarnans. Go ham. Actually, level cap content. Probably not Rhino, now I think about it. If you go level cap, I for some reason read that as Steel Path, my bad. For level cap, Revenant, Octavia, Wisp. Those might be your picks. Zephyr's another good one, but frankly, take what you damn well please at that point. You're doing level cap. If you need guidance on level cap, you're doing level cap wrong. Because a level cap is about demonstrating your skill to just take the extrapolation of game numbers. You've left all other game mechanics behind. If you're doing level cap, you're no longer caring about the rewards that are being dropped. You're no longer caring about rotations. You're no longer caring about basically anything to engage with what D have designed the game as. When you're going to level cap, you are just proving that you can stay long enough in a mission that the enemy numbers hit their limit for hit points for damage output. Sure. Is the level cap the best for arcane drops? No. No, absolutely not. You may have gotten your mind from people doing really long runs that they then post, oh my god, look, we get all of these arcanes. Isn't this amazing? That's nothing to do with level cap. The level increasing does not increase your arcane drops. If anything, the level increasing has required you to min-max your setup to survive at that level. You have had to increase your defense to not die so easily. You now have to focus an entirely different approach to playing the game. By doing that, you will naturally be dealing less damage or moving less quickly. You saw the drop chance increase the drops? There is no change in drop chance at higher levels. None. Zero. Nada. Zip. Nothing changed. It's just an extrapolation of the level. The only thing that increases is the hit points, the damage, and the affinity. That's it. That's all that changes when level goes up. Spawn rates go up. Point with the rounds. Sorry, Gaz. Yep, you are very right, actually. I will give you that. That is the one difference in that mission compared to all others. You are very right. The Thrax spawn rate does actually go up with rounds. Okay, on that basis then, if you want a level cap for arcane production, go ahead and do it. And then probably watch a guide that either Gaz or someone else has done on it, because I'll be honest with you, level cap can get fucked. Sorry to be a numb, actually. No, you're absolutely right, Gaz. You're 100% right. I just made a bold, sweeping claim, and then there was a point where not only was it wrong, but it was wrong in the area the person was talking about. So that's perfectly fine. Call me out. If I'm wrong on something like that, call me out every day of the week. Also, welcome on in. Relic Open Endless Bonus Booster isn't about level, Mirror Labe. That's nothing to do with level. That's rounds. Already seen the Gaz guide he made 6 months ago. Did some adjustments to builds for his round of Octavia. Alright, tier 3, Timmy. I'm going to be quite honest then. What do you want? I'll be quite honest then. You've asked for the first 3 frames you should build to get started with level cap content, having watched a guide from someone who does level cap content for the very mission you want level cap content for. Shit, mate, I think you've already got your answer. You're just asking me to tell you the same answer. If Gaz feels slightly insulted at this point, they've got every reason to. Oh dear. Think he wants me to do level 9,999? Sure, if someone wants to tip this stream £10,000 within the next 5 minutes, I'll do it. I'll do it right here, right now, this stream. Anything else? Not happening. That's how much I do not want to do that. That's how much I don't want to do it. Mirrorlave, thank you very much for the gifted sub over to Gaz. Very much nice of you. Cheers for that. Cheers for that. Asking you to get an updated answer as over half a year ago. Oh, mate. half a year isn't actually that big. It really isn't. I know this game constantly gets updated, but half a year is not that big. The game doesn't completely change every 6 months. Even if there were little bits that were different, scroll through the comments, sort by new, see if people are talking about it. Or ask the person who made the video, which by the way, they're here right now, they've said those are still the best level 9999 frames you could. Honestly, that is the way to do it. Straight up the way to do it. Dare I say, if anyone has a question about my videos, I would rather they came to me than asking another creator, hey, what should I do? When that creator hasn't made my video. I can't teach you what Gaz is teaching you, because I don't know what his video said. Clover, thank you very much for rating it in with a party of 51, and at the same time, Extreme SGT with the gifted sub going over to the community, landing there at the feet of Saltia Nuts. Putting in the very necessary gaps in the name there. Welcome on in, Clover and crew. Hope you're all doing well. Welcome on into the channel here today. Have we also, and we've launched a hype train as well. My god, literally everything is happening. I still haven't figured out what I want to put in this mod slot. My mind is going to break. Welcome on in. Thinking about it this morning, I was going to reach out and saw you on. This is perfect. Hey, welcome on in. You are the third person to drop by today, saying hi for various reasons, that badge next to your name. So apparently today is just an all-go day. Everyone's thinking engineer today. I'll take it. Don't get me wrong, I will absolutely take that. That's just a thing. What was that from Silt? Oh, moments passed on that one, yeah. No one's got me on the line, apparently. Oh, and we got a Vampy as well, coming through the raid. Yeah, Vampy, you can take slot 4. There you are. We've got a full squad of partners. Mess up the stream today, that's what it is. Full squad. This is Warframe raids. It's left the game and it's just here in Twitch now. Right, so for this slot here that I've got open, we've got our pure damage. We're not focusing on the crits because we're focusing on finishers. We don't need to focus on crits. Day should be a national holiday. Oh, that's on the 30th. That's on the 30th. We got that up and coming. That Friday is an important day. There you, Vampy. That's fine. Genuinely, though, I am a little stuck for choice here. I mean, I could just go for the element. Excuse me. I could just go to element here. It feels like I could do better. Hey, Clover, thank you very much for that. What was that? That was 20 Clovers altogether. Thank you very much, Clover. Much appreciated. With Ash, so the stat stick works off pure damage, elements, and crits, but crits are meh when you've already got finishes happening. Status chance has no effect. Status damage has no noticeable effect if it's having any. Testing conclusive on that, but nothing worthwhile. Attack speed is pathetic in its improvement, so we've got enough of that already from just the weapon itself. Range has no effect. Faction we've already got covered. Finished already got covered. Combo multiplier doesn't matter. Combo gain doesn't matter. It matters to Ash's ability, but it doesn't matter to the dagger. Gladiator set is no value to us here. Yeah, that's all the stats. I might as well just put more element in. Crit? No. So here's the thing with crit, Engineer 1, is that the crit is additive to the stealth multiplier. Stealth multiplier on a max level melee weapon is 8 times, if I recall. Or is it? No, 7 times. It's 7 times. So it's 7 times damage bonus, which you then add to your base damage bonus. You've got a total of 8 times damage. That's where I was getting confused. If we crit with that, with 2 times critical multiplier, great. We got from 8 times to 10 times. And it's a chance-based crit. You multiply those two together and you're getting fuck all done. Actually, it's not even 2 times, it's 1 times, isn't it? It's the crit bonus. So yeah, it's going from 8 to 9 times. Not even 8 to 10, it's 8 to 9. No, it's not multiplicative to stealth. Stealth adds with the critical multiplier. I covered this a long time ago, but it's not exactly common in game to see it. So this is why I'm not focusing on the crits here. If I focus on the crit chance, I'm just adding a higher chance of not much. If I focus on the crit damage, then I've still got a low chance of that crit damage. I've got one mod slot to do that with. If I take out any more of these, I'm even taking out some of my melee damage. I don't have an infinite amount of that. This is a significant increase. If I take out this, I lose finished damage and initial combo. If I take out this one, I lose yet more finished damage. And that finisher is a big bonus. Ether Dagger is a 900% bonus. Oh, fair enough. Good for the Ether Daggers. Yeah, I do feel like the only real answer here is just to go Element. Or otherwise say this is where a Riven should go. Which, granted, if you have a Riven that's got some nice stats on it, these aren't nice. No, tell a lie, these are okay. The crit isn't helpful, but the melee damage and the cold both are. It could be better. It's okay. But I would roll out more for this. Condition Overload doesn't work? Correct. The thing with Condition Overload in this case is that you'll only ever have slash procs on the target anyway. If you're priming to kill with Ash, you're doing it wrong. You really are doing it wrong at that point. Let's see. Don't want to move that slash polarity out of the way, so if I do that, it still fits. That works. I'll do that. Just because I want to keep the viral. Go viral heat. What's Riven for it say? It's melee damage, crit chance, cold, and not very good values on them because of the low disposition. But yeah, if we kill off all these enemies here, give ourselves a heavy gunner. Let's max it out. Let's see. Can I kill the highest level I can spawn here? Not with Excalibur, but with Ash. Oops. Grab our Ash. Yep. That'll do for now. Will this work? No combo built up on the inner dam. Heavy gunner sat right there. Silence it up. Oh shit, the damage number didn't even pop up. That's how much damage I dealt. The damage number didn't even pop up. Which means my ability never got a chance to hit it. It died to the shadow hit. That time, I managed to get my hit in first, and then it died to a shadow hit. Because shadow hits are not guaranteed. Hell, I might have had a double hit on that first shadow hit. There's no way to know. And she's dead, yep. And it can make me invisible. Even though my ability finisher never hit, it was still a finisher, so I'm now invisible. And here's the thing with this. This Ash is running 185% strength. You can do a lot of damage with no strength. It's just with strength we get even more. Would melee vortex work with Inner Dem's Incarnon? Not sure I'm putting that together there. What about the Incarnon? What about it? Alright, Clever, you take care. Because we're building this for Ash. So I'm all up and prime the finishers. So you'll go melee vortex, kill an enemy affected by magnetic for a chance to pull them all in. I mean, if you want to do that, sure, but that's not Bladestorm. That's something else. For Ash Crescendo. So you could go Crescendo instead of melee exposure. You absolutely could. I don't think there's anything wrong with doing that. So if you wanted to go that route, you could. The problem is I don't know how consistently it triggers. Let's see. We currently have 16. Yeah, let's grab a whole bunch of heavy gunners. 16 is our initial combo at the moment. If it triggers on all of them, and I'm getting 6 per finisher because I've got it maxed out now, that should give me 120, so I'll be at 136. So if it works properly, 136. Got them all painted. And we see we're gaining combo from hits, but what initial combo are we gaining? Wait for this to all tick through, all the marks, all the hits. You'll notice the enemies aren't dying as well as they were before. And that is a weird side effect of how Ash works. There we go. Okay, so we got all the kills. I'm going to wait for that combo to drain out now, and we'll see what initial combo I've got left. I don't think it shows on my buff bar, does it? No. Okay, and it has stopped at 136. Yeah. Heavy attack to clear. Good point. Yeah. 136, so he's given me the whole lot. Splendid. So yeah, within... what would that be? In 34 kills, I'll be maxed out. Oh, we've done 20. Let's do another... let's see, that is 32, 33, 34. Does combo affect finishers? It affects the ability damage, which is still a lot of damage. You know, we're seeing hundreds of thousands here. So that is still an amount of damage that you wish to include. Apparently I've done my numbers wrong, because that has not done it. We went from 136 to 190. Which was only 9 increases. But you saw me select 12 enemies. No, sorry, 14 enemies. So 5 of them didn't count. Should be 37 kills? Are you accounting for the 16 initial combo I have on my mod? As you put color highlight on mobs, it's in the accessibility settings. Search your settings to highlight. And what is with some of these... You know what, we're switching playlist. There we are. Some of those are just oppressive. That is interesting that it didn't give me 5 of them there. So now I've gone from 190 to... They're bleeding out. Let's finish these ones off. Wait for that to recharge. 190 to 208. So I just gained another 28 there? No, 18. Not 28, 18. Which means that from those 6, I gained another 3 kills worth. So it's not always applying. There is a risk there. And I think that not applying is if they die to slash procs. Because slash procs aren't finisher. The finisher has happened. It is separate at that point, so it doesn't trigger crescendo. Take care, Captain. So that definitely works, and it does provide a lot of bonus damage to the direct hit from the ability. I don't have an easy way to tell you how much damage is coming from the weapon itself, though, because of how this works. If you use ground finishes to kill, the slash from finisher does count. Fair enough, but the slash, I mean, from the ability doesn't. Or at least not consistently. If it does ever. The point is we're seeing that it doesn't always. It says we've got 183 kills. We've done a lot of stuff in here, so I can't tell on that side either. Let's quickly load out and back in, because there is a weirdy schmiddiness with this to show. And I'm going to down rank the enemies a bit, just so we can really see this. Assuming it still works, or doesn't work. So if we grab these heavy gunners, I'm going to bring them down to just level 50, just so they die. Very, very easily. No threat, no effort. So we got all of them painted. A couple of them are going to take direct damage. A handful of them. And some of them are not. I have 14 kills. 20 of them died, I have 14 kills. How does that work? Yeah, just kill 2 of them. I'm on 14 kills. Let's kill a couple more. I'm on 14 kills. How about these? This one just on its own. That should be fine. I'm on 14 kills. Okay, maybe I need to kill 3 of them. 15 kills. Because if they die to the shadow finisher before the ability happens, if the shadow finisher happens, I don't get kill credit. 21. 40 of them have now died. I have 21 kills. It gets a little bit weird. And we can make this possibly weirder still. Now this one, I might be misremembering, but do we have someone who can join as a test dummy right now? Someone who'd like to join in for just a minute. Doesn't matter what weapon you bring, what frame you bring, take off your companion. They screw up things. There we go, we got a Salansi. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to work the way I think it's going to work, and for that reason I'm not going to describe it until we get in. Gonna let it be just a reveal. But there is some wonkiness with how the game records what Ash is doing. Alright, Sil, can you please get your absolute weakest weapon? I want you to have something that is pathetic in the damage department. I'm talking like 10 damage. Whilst he does that, let's make this one singular heavy gunner. Nice and simple. We'll give him a moment whilst he looks at his arsenal and goes, but Ken, I'm a good player, I don't have crap stuff. Ah yes. Bratton. Mark 1? No, but Bratton all the same. Alright then. So, over here, I would like you to fire just a few shots at this poor little heavy gunner. Not many, just enough to do a bit of damage. You've done your bit. Yep, they've done a bit of damage. Cool. Currently, they have 100% of damage dealt. I'm going to kill them. Sil still has 100% of damage dealt. And there are no kills. Yeah, so that's a bit weird. I'd say that's a bit weird. Damage them both. We're accounting for stream delay, of course, but that's fine. Done some damage there. Done some damage there. Yep, 100%. Haha! I have quite clearly killed both of them. I triggered Arcane Trickery, which happens when I get to finish a kill. Scylla's done 100% of the damage, and there's been no kills in this mission. I have dealt 0 damage according to the game. You didn't see the damage. It didn't pop up. The enemy simply chose to cease to exist. I have done less damage than an unmodded Bratton according to the game. A true angel of death. And now we just got Syl tossing his little balls around. Alright. Reveal was worth? Yeah. Guessing it's not a Simulacrum specific quirk? I mean, we can demonstrate this. Syl, would you like to demonstrate this? That it is not a quirk of the Simulacrum? Let's fast travel navigation. And let's just go to a very basic location. There should be a spy mission on here, right? Spies just tend to have very few enemies going around, so we can more easily screw around. Is it not a spy mission? Is there not a spy mission here? Hold on. Huh. Oh, there it is. Derp. For some reason, I didn't expect it to be the first one. Like, welcome to Saturn, spy mission. That just didn't occur to me. Yeah, this is true, Mirror. Yeah, there are a lot of weirdy schmeardies. Alright. Syl, I want you to do just a little bit of damage to these guys over here. Just a little bit of damage. Oh, don't lose your weapon. It's a very important low damage weapon. There we are. Not too much, not too much. A very low level. Ah, shoot. I actually hit that one. Yeah, I'm up to 71% damage done now. Damn it. I got 3 kills. I think the dogs don't take shadow finishes. Pop this one. Just a little bit. There we go. Dead. No extra kill. Alright, Syl, you can just continue through the mission now. Go shoot some things up with your Bratton. Only use the Bratton. It's level 14. How hard can it be? I'm going to continue getting no more kills. Yep, still on 3 kills. I've dropped below 50% damage dealt now. Syl hasn't killed anything yet. And apparently I've only killed 3 dogs. I'm down to 37% damage. As I'm getting kills, I am falling lower and lower. Because I'm not getting kills. There's some dogs here, so they will probably count as kills. Yep, they don't take shadow finishes. The only weakness of this demo. Those damn dogs. But it is definitely an in-game thing. I think that's demo enough. Warframe is a perfectly functioning game with no bugs whatsoever. Yup. Oh dear. Syl, thank you very much for jumping in to help with the demonstrations there. Much appreciated. Thank you very much, dude. Imagine dealing 99% of damage and doesn't kill a single thing. It is certainly a situation. Extreme says, speaking of you saying bugs, been having problems with incarnates. If you're having problems with incarnates, I recommend you bug report them to DE. That's the only way they're going to get fixed. Straight up. Exclamation mark bug for a link to do that. Oh. And if it looks like I'm being extra dainty with my sips of water today, that's intentional. I am actually in pain every time I drink at the moment, which is not great. Or eat. Or swallow any saliva. Literally anything that passes through my mouth is a pain at the moment, which is not great. But that's fine. It'll pass. Alright, so we've had a look at Ash, Atlas, Excalibur, Gara. Anywhere else there's nothing to look at. Korra. Korras, yes. Moon didn't know something or other. So, what was the static I was using for core? I think I have the pre-New War set up on Fraggle, but I'll double check. Yeah, pre-New War Cora. So pre-New War Cora, this one is set up as a heat-only approach. We've got Blood Rush, we got Weeping Wounds, because crits and status are both readily available on her. We've got crit damage coming in, because again, that's good. We've got extra status chance there, but more importantly, we've got the combo duration, heat, and pressure point. A whole lot together works wonderfully. Yeah, I've still got mouth ulcers at the moment. I've got, unfortunately, 2 right there, just inside, of course. And I got 1 there. These are at the peak of pain. This one's growing. And then at the back of the jaw, where the teeth kind of run to the end, and you've got just where your gum comes into the edge of the skin, right in that corner. 1 there, it's reached peak as well. Which is not great. It's not great. Even just the tongue touching the roof of my mouth. Pain. It's the worst I've had in a while, but I have been under a bit of stress this last month, so understandable, really. Frau, say hello, Kentonio. Just come by to tell you that I'm now Lavos main thanks to you. Hey, that's brilliant. Enjoy Lavos. So look at this build here. I don't think as a pre-New War low-level setup it can do much more. And I say low-level, acknowledging these are to 10-pip mods, and that's a primed mod, but low-level in terms of you can't take it much further without getting other upgrades like Incarnans, like Operator, that kind of thing. As I say, I've been seeing some funny stuff in Core now. Saw Weeping Wounds, Corrosive, Whip Claw, Nourish. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. The idea with this is going into both the heat crit status. Heat works as a damage type and as a status type, so it works quite nicely there. Especially as it halves the armor in the process. If something is strong enough to need more work, it slams the work through. From what I've observed so far as a pre-New War setup, it works pretty well. If you combine it with a good Cora. You do have to have a Cora designed to allow you to use the Whip Claw as you see fit. This could do the trick. I'm going to do it with Anayodu, actually, as if I don't have the Naramon upgrades.
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary be without you?
Where would it be without me, Samaris? Very good question. Where would it be? Ow. Apparently a sharp intake of breath is also a source of pain. Okay, that's new. Right, so I'm going to tell Venari to not get involved. There we go. Oh. There we are. Let's grab ourselves some heavy gunners, because we love heavy gunners. Max out our levels. Alright, let's do it no cage first. Very basic starting point, not too much damage. I'm sure no one is impressed by this damage at the moment, nope. This is very basic stuff. Uh-oh. They're all perishing. Cool. I've run out of enemies before I got full combo, so let's spawn some more in. And these do count as kills. Not all of them melee kills. Yeah, a lot of these are not melee kills, apparently. Yeah, the way the numbers move at this scale does look pretty nifty, doesn't it? And this is the pre-New War stat stick. So let's... Bomp! Do it again. Yeah, that's really bad for their health. Do it again! As you can see, it works. It works. It's funky damage? Yeah. The question is then, where to take it from there? Of the incarnates I have access to, I think the Magister, once I get the correct one, will probably be the correct answer. But I could look to use Cyber. Wouldn't a slash base be better than fire and armor? At least pre-damage rework? That's the thing, pre-damage rework, but we're post it. So, doesn't matter. Their armor is 90% damage reduction. We applied a 50% reduction on that, and we're going to do just even more damage again. So that's why heat is the pickup there. Plus, yes, they do have a lot more pure hit points now, which is a damn pain. Okay, let's take whatever this was and build it from here. So first of all, make sure we got the right incarnate perks for us. So I'm going to fiddle with that. This may be the wrong call, but I want to see how it works out. Increasing the crit damage rather than the crit chance. The crit chance on Korra's Whipclaw, I think, is already 25%. I'm going to double check that now. Whipclaw is 25%, yeah. So we can either double the crit chance or double the crit damage. There's not immediately a reason to pick between those. However, getting crit damage from outside is much harder than getting crit chance from outside. So it may be a choice there. But now remember, we have an operator perk. Ooh, I might actually stick with that one. Now I've remembered the operator perk, I'm going to stick with the crit chance. Here, the combat duration is the one to pick, and here, there's not already a pick, so I'll just take that. Although, no, we'll stick with that. RRH could be a little wonky to accidentally use up. Is RRH just phrase? Red right hand. Okay, right. Yeah. That Evo perk. Got it. Okay. So with this then, we got Blood Rush, Weeping Wounds, Gladiator, Organ Shatter. Still go for the heat? Yeah, still go for heat focus. So let's drop those. We don't... I mean, I could go the viral still. Why do some builds not use Serration Hornet Strike anymore? Because you can get a lot of pure damage from the Arcanes or from Galvanized Aptitude, which is a lot of damage bonus. So you might want to look into those many things. Look into primarily Merciless, Dexterity and Deadhead, secondary Merciless, Dexterity, Deadhead, Galvanized Aptitude, Galvanized Shot. Those will cover the details you're looking at. Steel Path Arcanes, and then Galvanized damage mods. So, we don't need to worry about this being blast. It's actually heat damage here. It is actually heat damage. I know that it looks like blast, but stat sticks don't send over the innate elements. Not in this case, anyway. What is... Yeah, so what do I want to do with this one? I'm trying to remember everything I'm putting together here. We've got the crits, we've got the status, we've got some element building up. What else does Korra want? Korra does not benefit from faction, does not benefit finisher, doesn't benefit range, speed, status damage. None of that has a bonus. It is pure damage, element, crit, status chance, combo effect, combo gain, but we don't need to worry about that, and the gladiator set. Yeah. Okay. So I've got two options here. I could go for a heat mod, a second heat mod, and then something else potentially unrelated on the D polarity. CD? CD usually stands for crit damage. And yeah, we got Gladiator Might and Organ Shatter. But yeah. Does Elementalist affect Exalted? Exalted maybe, but it doesn't affect Pseudo-Exalteds. Doesn't work for this stat stick, no. Tested that. Yeah. I think actually having the viral on it might be the way to go. Have a small viral to go with a big amount of heat. But then... The other question is, what arcane am I going to use? Because if I use exposure, I'm going to push out the heat. And that ain't great neither. I'm fairly certain duplicate won't work. There's no way duplicate works. I'm just going to quickly test that. Give me just one heavy gunner. There's no way this works, so... Not a crit, not a crit. Crit didn't happen twice. Got it. Doesn't work. Well, that was easy to check. Thank goodness for that. So yeah, duplicate's out. Crescendo, we're not doing finishes, so that's out. Animosity, we don't care about heavier hits, so that's out. Enemies affected by status gain extra stacks when they're knocked down or flung by melee attacks. That's not going to work here, surely. That's also not going to work here. Again, set the cat to heal so that it won't attack. Could be a moment whilst we build up the combo for this. Okay, yeah, that doesn't seem to be doing anything, does it? No, that doesn't seem to be triggering it. Alright. Everybody's saying, why does my mod capacity only go to 44 on Octavia, level 30, 3 formers, while Maestros have 78? You need to... Oh, hold up. Let's grab Smolt. You need to click this button here. Ah, Smolt's already got it. Shit, do I have one I've not upgraded? I bought this one outright, didn't I? Back. Now it'll still show the button. So yeah, you need to go here. Upgraded. That spot there, you'll have the option to install an Arcane reactor, specifically. That can go onto your Octavia. If you already have it on your Octavia, then you've done something wrong. You were just not correct about something you've said. Because level 30, with the reactor, you'll have 60 capacity, and then it'll go up from 60 to a higher value based on what already you have equipped, because that adds capacity. Oh, and we got this bug. Lovely. Okie dokie. So, back to the Whip Claw. Good, good, good. So Afflictions doesn't help us, Animosity doesn't help us, not to Crescendo, no to Duplicate, Exposure is going to wash out the heat, but it's the best chance so far. Melee kill gain armor? Does that trigger here? I somehow doubt that it triggers, but I'm going to find out. Didn't trigger. Level 30 with Reactor plus 3 Formers. The Formers doesn't matter. Level 30 with Reactor still on 44. Then you are not actually on level 30. Are you on this screen seeing Octavia max rank? Is that what you are looking at? Oh, really? When you're on the loadout screen, you see Octavia max rank. Because if you're seeing that, and you're seeing only 44 capacity here, not on the left side, the right side of the slash, only 44, you are telling me a lie. I'm not sure which lie it is you're telling me, but you are telling me a lie. Because you're saying that you've max ranked it, and that you have a potato in it. If those two things are true, it must have 60 or more capacity. If it does not, you have got one of those two things wrong. That's it. Those are the only options. Or option 3, there's a bug, close and reopen the game. But most likely you've got one of those two things wrong. Like, seriously, most likely. I'm sure we'll find out shortly on that one. Okay, so we've got the crit building, we've got that. If you're using Cora, you're not going to be using it against just a couple enemies, so building up combo won't be a problem. There should be plenty of enemies to build up the combo against. So that shouldn't be an issue. We don't need to worry about increasing combo gain. Fortification doesn't work. Melee influence. Does that work? There's no way. There's no way. No. That's not going to work. So currently it says it's cyber. It says it's magnetic. This should be electric. Let's get that back to that. Yep, we're getting electric. Good. Did that... I'm just going to spam this for a while, get a few electric procs and see if we trigger melee influence. I doubt that we will. Actually, I should just create a whole bunch of them, shouldn't I? That'll increase the speed of me triggering this. If it can trigger. There we go. If this can trigger, we will see it here. Well, that's pretty conclusive. It ain't triggering. I'm all the way up to red crit Cora. And it ain't triggering. Nope. Ain't happening. Maybe Vortex? Yeah, that means modding for magnetic. With Mag Primer? Okay, we could go that route, but yeah. What was the symbol above Cora's head? That was heal Venari. It was telling Venari to try to heal me, not to attack enemies. It's how I keep her from causing issues. So Melee Vortex may be a choice here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mod this for magnetic just to check that it even triggers. It's easier than using a primer right now. Yeah. Do that. Venari's now focused on me, not enemies. Makes it safe to just test. I'm not seeing any trigger. Not once there did I see it trigger. They had magnetic procs. I've been spamming them with them. And I'm not seeing it. No one's getting pulled towards anyone. So that arcane also doesn't work. Not for this purpose. Damn! Gain melee damage for current shields. It's not going to give us much. It's Cora. The only one is melee exposure. And if I'm having that, I'm just going to have issues of being overloaded with with the output anyway. So at this point, I might as well go all in on the heat to try and counter that. And then for the depolarity that I've got here, what can I put there? I'm assuming I have to do a depolarity, but yeah. I could go drifting contact, but I don't think that's really the value we're looking for at this level. I could go for a Tenokai, but that doesn't really do anything for us. What is the... So it would give us more melee damage. it would give us that. Have had any other arcanes to work? It's just exposure by the looks of it. Or I could just go for blast. Fuck it, let's see what happens. Let's go blast. I could go gas instead as well, that's an option, but let's try this one. See what happens. Maybe a terrible idea, maybe best idea I've ever had. We'll find out. And we can see the corrosive, so we can see that definitely exposure is working. Yeah, that's... I mean, it's damaging. It's damaging. Oh, apparently there's one alive somewhere. Whoopsies. I think that's pretty effective. That is pretty effective. Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, that was a little bit of a blast moment there. That was good. That took him out. Explosion status damage, is it really worth it? Situational. It is very situational. Flap. This one apparently took 0 damage from all that. Screw you. Let's try it with gas now. With crack goes hard. Oh yeah, the sound is beautiful. Alright, oops, wrong thing. I need to mod this. So let's go for polarity. I might be able to make this work. Okay, cool. That just about works. That is janky, but it gives us the gas we're looking for, so let's do that. I don't care if it says 19, I'll just accept it. Alright. This first round is just to build the combo. It's going to suck until it's good. I imagine the gas is not going to be great here because of how gas just works, or rather doesn't with elemental mods. And we've got corrosive in here as well. I mean, it's not terrible. Most of the damage is coming straight up from the attacks, but that's not terrible. I think it's just because Whipclaw is so damn good. Like, look at the sheer numbers we're putting out with those hits there. 300,000 damage hit. 400,000 damage hit. 400,000 damage to fire this Whipclaw once. I think I saw a 500,000 there. Yeah, let's try the heat only, just to verify our options. We drop out that. The Deepole instead, I can still put in Drifting Contact, whack up our status chance a bit. It's not necessary, but I can put it there. I don't think Healing Return works. Spawn in our enemies. Tell Venari to cool the fuck off. There we go. Grab our energy. Build our combo. Build our Whipclaw. Okay. That puts us at only 7 times combo, yikers. Ten times combo. Okay, this one seems to be the one. That is getting some work done. Oh, damn! That is getting some work done. Although, is that because it's a Grineer trait? No, they're not weak to heat. This is just them choosing to perish. Oh my god. Yeah, that heat is the way. Heat, corrosive, corrosive coming in from the arcane. Heat is the way. What do you know? Heat's still good. News at 11. The giant numbers just add to the experience. 700,000? Are you shitting me? Christ. Alright then, yeah, that'll do it. This is the one. I'll kill this group, and then we'll do one final group. Oh wow, that was really quick. One final group. We're going to step it up now. We're going to leave the heavy gunners behind. Let's do something I'm probably going to regret. Let's make some noise. Yeah! They are not going to die to this. It's anxiety, the sound effect. And this is not doing it. I keep nullifying every now and then. It's blocking the single whip claw. Oh, some are dying. This just shows how tanky these bastards are. Because we're not hitting small numbers. They're just still alive. I hope I don't run out of energy. Come on. Come on. Come on. This is not the right tool for the job. You're not the right tool for the job. Don't you dare discore like that. However correct you may be. Well, it actually worked though, because they're not chasing towards an objective. If they were, we'd have already lost. Got him! Yeah, so that was horrible. That was absolutely horrible. I'd apologise for subjecting you all to that, but I did that intentionally, so it would be disingenuous. This is the more reasonable high tier test, and well, Exo Gokstad officers, Exo gone. Yeah. And you never fight a group of 20 of them. That doesn't exist. You get a group like this. This is a Steel Path 195 group. Well then. I mean, I ask you, what more do you need? What more do you really need from Korra at that point? Is it level cap? No. But that's because you have a limit on your damage output. Of course it's not level cap. Yeah. Job done. So I think this is certainly a very valid option. It doesn't need the initial combo from the Ceramic Dagger because Korra is just so damn good at generating and keeping the combo. Because if you're using Korra, you're going to be constantly putting the combo there. You're fine. Even if you are struggling for keeping the combo, Naramon exists. So you don't need to worry. So you can absolutely use that. Now, the Cyber is only giving us plus 25. This is the awkward bit. I need to upgrade the Magister, so that needs to improve there. Does Blast explode at lower stacks? No, Crumplord. No, it doesn't. So in order to get Blast to do the blasting thing, you need to kill the Acolyte. Straight up kill. You can't get to the 10 procs to make it pop that way. But yeah, with this, the Cyber has 25%, but Ceramic Dagger is 30%. So the Ceramic Dagger can have that initial combo, can build additional initial combo if you're using a primary weapon as well, to really not have to worry about combo issues ever, if you wanted to go down that road. But just straight up having the plus 30% rather than a plus 25, it's just stronger. It's just stronger than the Cyber. Unless you do one final thing. This is the build we've been using. These are the enemies we've been fighting. I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to build up the combo. Get Venari to focus on me. Let's build up the combo. This might not actually build it too well because I've got a bunch of weaklings in here. We might need 2 rounds of this before I demonstrate what's coming. Yeah, I'm only on 5 times combo. Good God. Okay, let's switch that to the heavy gunners. Corrupted. Why not? Buff them up a bit. There is one more detail I've not shown you on this. One more way we can take this just a bit higher. We're at 10 times combo. That's close enough for what we need to do. There's the numbers. 2 million. I saw a 2 million in there. Those are the numbers we were looking for. Exclamation marks. Kick it off. And all because I switched to operator once. That's it. I switched to operator once. And the damage just went up. How the hell does that work? Well, it's pretty simple really. I'll explain in a sec. That works because of a thing I can't show you here. That's fun. Operator usable strength. Operator didn't do anything. I went into operator and then I went out of operator. Yeah, the Magistrate is the conventional one of choice, Titanium. It's just that I have the wrong one. So the Cyber is a good demonstrator for now. This. And I don't even have it maxed out. Magus Aggress on Warframe melee transference, which means whilst you're in your operator you press E, which instantly puts you into your Warframe making a melee attack. Heavy Blades deal plus 250%, max rank is plus 300%, critical damage for 4 consecutive attacks. Cooldown 20 seconds. 2 things you need to know about this. 1, Heavy Blades isn't Heavy Blades. Heavy Blades also for some reason includes hammers. Because that's why. It might include other things, I haven't found out as yet, but it definitely includes the hammers. So that is great for both Cyber and Magister. 2, the 4 consecutive attacks is just when it takes the buff away. Whilst the buff is in place, it doesn't apply it to your attack, it applies it to the weapon, and then it'll just remove it 4 attacks later. By applying it to the weapon, it applies it to the stat stick, which applies it to your abilities like Whip Claw. So long as you don't then make melee attacks, you just keep the bonus. You just keep using it because you're not making the melee attacks, so you just have a 300% max critical damage bonus. And to put into perspective how big 300% is, the combination of Organ Chatter and Gladiator Might is only 150%. So you are effectively at 250% total critical damage bonus then. Even this unranked one is literally doubling my critical damage output. Literally doubling it. And all I did was switch to operator and press E. That's it. That's all I did. I haven't even looked into other arcanes on the matter. I don't think there's others we need to worry about. Quite frankly, they can just exist or be useful in other ways, like Magus Elevate for healing the Warframe. For someone as squishy as Korra, I can see that being valuable. But this is just a cheat card. And the fact that it applies to hammers as well is a double cheat card. It's crazy. It is crazy. And you can combine it together quite nicely. Onslaught trigger could also increase the buff. Onslaught? What, secondary onslaught? That applies to secondary. I'm not sure I follow you there. If that's what you're on about. Operator one. Oh, God, they've got multiple things called onslaught. Ugh. What are the 8 static frames? Ash, Atlas, Baruch, Excalibur, Gara, Titania, Korra, Inaros. Boom. Oh. Total Onslaught. This is for amps. Ozzy, that's for amps. Rook has a stat stick effect. Very basic one. He can use gladiator mods to gain the critical chance bonus from your combo on your normal melee weapon, which is very helpful because he cannot produce combo very effectively himself for his exalted weapon. So it's a bit of a weird one. And Zom, I answered that earlier on stream. The reason I'm calling out Baruch there rather than all exalted melees ever, and I can just, as a sideward mention, yes, the others exist, is because Baruch is the one that can't easily generate combo for himself. Excalibur hits with his sword, that's his main damage output on his exalted, it generates combo. He also has slash dash. With Valkyria gets up in the face of enemies, slashes at them, easy builds to combo. All of the melee ones build their own combo, except Baruch, because his wind waves don't count. So that's why Baruch cares more about the gladiator stat stick effect. It's just its own thing, really. Anyway, that, I think, has gone through the majority of details. I picked some bits and pieces from y'all, which is certainly going to help out. So, as ever, I'm happy to have shared on stream with you guys all these details. Certainly what Nightmare pointed out about Mesa and secondary outburst, that is a big damn pickup right there. Very, very important. So Mesa does use a stat stick as well. But aside from those, yeah. Didn't the combo sharing break with the combo duration change? Combo duration change? The combo sharing only breaks on the gladiator mods if you use an infinite combo item like the Zoris, was my understanding. So long as you use a non-infinite combo duration item, like non-infinite or non-pausing, then it should still carry over to Baruch until you gain a combo multiplier on Baruch himself. So long as you don't gain a combo tier on Baruch, you just kill with the wind waves, then you're fine. Which again is part of the reason why it doesn't work for the other frames, because you want to be gaining combo, because you want to be hitting. So only Baruch cares for it. Yeah. I knew there was a reason in there, it's just Baruch that cared. A more substantial reason, there you are. You've reminded me of it. Thank you. You've proven my point for me. I think on this note, it is about time that we do the Platinum Raffle. If you haven't already grabbed the ticket, Sill's been reminding you throughout, which means if you've not been paying attention to chat, you've been ignoring Solansi, which is frankly a very rude thing. How dare you? Solansi is an amazing guy. Don't ignore him. But yeah, grab yourselves a ticket. The Plat Raffle will be drawn in just a moment. I'll give you all a minute on that there. You don't have to do anything else other than grab a ticket in order to actually be in the draw, but you do need to respond to the Twitch DM in order to claim it. If your Twitch DMs are closed, I can't let you know you won, can I? So, you know, be sensible about that. I'll give you all a minute on that there for the Platinum draw. Tile Onslaught does apply to weapons, says Ozzy. Curious. Okay, let's see what the wiki says on this before I go chasing this potentially wild goose chase. Total Onslaught. Grants amp a critical chance, says wiki. No bug notes on it. Any notes in the comments? Nothing about adding to weapons that I see. Okay, Ozzy, that's a claim. Just checked, says Ozzy. Okay. Alright, which weapon did you check on, Aussie? Which weapon did you check? Actually, for that matter, I should be able to verify directly myself, shouldn't I? We go with this. I got 40% crit chance at the moment. Eternal Onslaught, which I have on my operator, gives us, just remind myself, 180% crit chance. So that will get us well over the 100% crit chance mark. So if this works, I will see orange crits with no combo on the hammer. That's fine. Easy to check then. Let's do this. If I don't see that, then Aussie's wrong and has done something incorrect. Very simple. I'll go for Madurai for Void Strike, because that just triggers it straight away. Thank you, Titanium. 112 will be sufficient. That will be sufficient.
The multitude of creatures you have immortalized.
I'll actually throw on some attack speed so I can get more attacks in during the short window, just to verify this. We don't want to have to try twice. That would suck. Will Ticker get ignored? Nah, Ticker's not getting ignored. Ticker's fine. Okay, let's put some quick attack speed on here. Fury, Vice, Quickening, beautiful stuff. That's all we need to put on. Telvanari's Cooler Jets. So first, without the buff, just quickly verify that we are getting only basic hits and yellow crits. That indeed, that's what we're seeing. Good, good. Basic and yellow. Despite the amp crit damage there. It gives casting speed to Warframe. Aussie said Sepulchrum. Do I have the Sepulchrum? Is it a secondary? There it is. Alright, Sepulchrum. Let's see here. Don't need those on. Critical chance. It's got semi, it's got burst. Burst is apparently a 38. 38 times 2.8. 106. There is a chance of it hitting that. Can I just use the burst, or is that a charge burst? Oh, that's a charge burst. Oh, that's no good. Okay, let's give it a little bit of crit chance then. Yeah, that'll put us on yellow crits at maximum. If it buffs it, we'll hit orange crits. Again, if Aussie is right. I don't think Aussie is right, but we're testing it. Aussie will, of course, subscribe if they are wrong for commiseration. So just confirm. I'm already hitting orange crits. Well, that's not correct. We haven't even done the thing yet. Why am I hitting orange crits? I haven't even done it. What did I do wrong? Because I'm only using the normal attack, the semi-attack, which is 90% crit. What? What? Oh, did I fire the turret? Fuck. I'm tired. There it is. Sorry. I'm tired and there's constant fireworks going off that I'm trying to ignore. And failing, apparently. Alright, yeah, there we are. So we definitely got only yellow at the moment. That's good. I don't know if you can actually hear the fireworks, if it's coming through as dull thuds. If it is, I do apologise. There is nothing I can do about that because the windows are indeed shut. Cooking me. Well! That is a whole bunch of not whatever you thought was going on, Aussie. Aussie, what did you observe? What did you actually observe to make you claim so confidently that you tested it and it did it? What did you see? Because this is the most testable thing. Like... I'll leave you to it. Whatever you did wrong, you definitely did it wrong. You saw damage more than tripled with yellow crit. Bro, an increase in crit chance does not make a yellow crit stronger. Bro. No. That's crit damage. Whatever you did, you triggered something crit damage, not crit chance, which means not Eternal Onslaught. My guy. More crit chance does not make yellow crit hit harder, ever, period, zero, nada. At best, it'll make it where yellow crits stop happening. Headshots are yellow as well, aren't they? Headshots don't naturally appear yellow, but Simulacrum can do weird things. Your brain not working? Evidently. But that's fine. I just fired the torrid thinking it was a sepulchrum, so you know what? Tit for tat. Let's do the raffle, yeah. The winner today is... Jer1102, JER1102, congratulations! Out of 100 people exactly with a 1% chance to win, you are the winner of today's Platinum giveaway. I'll be contacting you shortly after the end of the stream. Get hold of your Warframe username, platform, and cross-save status so we can get that sent on over to you. Congratulations on that, and make sure you do respond within 24 hours. And to everyone else, thank you very, very much for joining in on the stream today. We are going to be wrapping up by raiding on over to another part of the Warframe community, because we did so nicely get raided in today earlier by Clover as well, which also tells us we can't raid Clover. Or if we can, it'll be really weird. Sill's got us a bunch. We got Mactix, Dimply, Ghoul, Sicky, Vulpers. Let's have a look at those real quick on my side here. Just going to quick browse. A first-time Warframe player? No spoilers unless help is requested. Hey, you know what? That sounds like a good shout. Let's go share the love, shall we? That sounds like a perfect location for us to head on over to. We've had enough sciencing today. Hey! Before we do go, let me repeat that one. I had it muted so I could look at another stream.
Less than 3.
Titanium Filled Pancakes, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime once again there. Got that lovely bronze badge next to your name. Cheers indeed for that. Alright, we are going to be reading over now to Mactix. So, as it says, they are a first-time player. No spoilers. Be on your best behavior, chat. We've done the science. Now it's time to share with a dreamer. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.